So, first things first, I'll address the rumors right now.
Rumors?
I broke it.
Oh,
I broke it already. It's
that's the
like
new
this
one you
card.
ordered.
This is the new one. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man.
I broke the old one in about the same time.
Nice.
Actually, I think this one I broke quicker, but
Oh, it was quicker, yeah, because I think you had gotten the other mic,
mhm.
and then after a couple months broke it, but
Ye-
you bought that like a couple months ago, actually. It was a couple
yeah,
months.
it was after we recorded the first time, I think.
That was
Um
back in May. Yeah, time is going too fast. Way too fast. Getting fucking like incredibly
we've been
annoying.
doing this for like 6 months already, basically. 4 months.
Been
Wow.
back, yeah. Yeah, with like this whole
Wow.
setup, and we've recorded.
I actually wouldn't say it's been 4. I would say we've been back for maybe 2. And because
Yeah,
we like got fucked up and then
we've been dealing with it for 4 months.
yeah,
Not four
but
months. Yeah, it'll be 4 months. In 3 months, around 3 months ish.
yeah. Um but yeah, I like picked up something on the ground, I think, and then got back up and smacked this.
Nice.
Yeah. Um so that's fine. I mean it's fine. It still works. So whatever.
Works good enough.
Works good enough. Um how's your past few weeks been
Um,
actually?
in general, or just talking about
Just in
like,
general,
oh,
yeah, just
fucking
like
terrible. My
okay.
job sucks.
Okay.
I don't know what you were
Doesn't That
expecting.
doesn't bring optimism for my demand that I gave you.
Oh, oh, the demand?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I've
Mm,
I've been playing a lot of Armored Core.
okay.
More Armored Core than you have played actually. Like
Yeah,
a
because
considerable amount
because
more.
I have 25 hours.
25 hours. I have about 10 more hours, I think.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah,
That's
yeah, but
like
I've played more of the game than you have.
yeah, yeah. Did you play the PvP?
I wasn't super interested in playing online,
Didn't
but
even try it.
no. Um, I played through the base game, like the story and stuff like that. You want to guess how many times I beat the game?
Twice.
No, I beat it 3 times.
You beat it three
I beat it
times.
3 times.
Oh
Yes.
my god. Okay. Are
Um,
we? By the way, are we getting into it right now? This is like
I mean,
no
you're
intro. We're just
like,
raw.
um,
Everything you want to talk about?
not
You
necessarily.
just want to get right into it? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So you beat it three
beat it
times.
3 times. Yes.
Did you
Go ahead.
you got every ending? I'm
I got
assuming.
every ending. Yes.
Okay.
Which is why I played it 3 times.
Yeah.
I beat it initially, and then directly after you beat the game, you get loaded into New Game Plus. And then I was like, I wonder what is different about New Game Plus, and then I'd like to get the other ending just to see. And there's a lot of different things in New Game Plus. Um, and then I got the second ending,
Mm.
and then it loaded me into New Game Plus Plus, and I was like, is there another ending? And there is another ending,
Yeah.
and New Game Plus Plus is different from base game and New Game Plus.
But that's the final time it's different, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's the last time it's different.
How
Go ahead.
how different is it? Like
It's very different. But
oh,
being honest, it changes like almost the entire experience of playing through the game.
really? Okay.
Um, that's a little heavy, but like it does change a lot of things. There's new missions. You learn a lot more about the story and like the things that are going on in certain characters. Um, it's really cool. I recommend it.
Okay.
I think
I
it's
should do it.
incredibly good.
Okay.
But I guess I'll start with like what I thought about the game. I think the game is amazing. It just
Yeah.
I was pretty rough on it at the start. The first few missions in chapter 1 um are are not fun. Like when you're first getting into it, like
Mm.
you don't have any, like you have to deal with what you're given, and you're not given much.
Yeah.
Like the build they give you at the start is not very good. You don't have a lot of money to spend on like new parts or anything like that. So
You c-
you like you really have to just play with what you're given for
Yeah,
a
you
while.
you can really go. I've seen people go into debt in the game because they'll like,
Really?
yeah, because they'll like spend more money on their ammunition and stuff than they get back.
That's uh, I've I've only gone negative on a mission one time.
Okay.
Um, but it's really rough starting out. The build you're given is not very good. I didn't like the start, but and then it's like a FromSoft game, so I was like, okay, well I should be able to like dodge all of the stuff and like
Mhm.
be crazy, but that's not how the game works at all. Like you can't dodge everything, especially not in the first mission with like the first boss you fight
Like
in
the
the first
helicopter.
mission. Yeah. You can't dodge everything. You have to just minimize the amount of hits you're taking.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is pretty cool, and like the rest of the game is like that too. Um but it's rough at the start, and then the combat is it takes getting used to, because it's very different from anything I've ever played before.
Yeah, a lot
Um,
more fast paced
it's very
than
fast
the
paced. There's a
Souls
lot
games.
of things happening. You have to press a lot of buttons
Mhm.
and know what's going on. Um, so I think I got it around the end of chapter one
Okay,
because
that's when you fight Baltius.
yeah, Balteus, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, that's like the last mission of chapter one. Um, Around then, I remember you were talking about like, oh, like this is like impossible. I don't know how you're supposed to even be able to beat this back when the
Oh,
game came out.
by the way, they nerfed it. I'm pretty
I
sure.
am aware that, yeah, I
Okay.
am aware that they nerfed it, but I was sitting there and was like, this isn't that bad. And like they probably nerfed it, but like how much did they nerf it? And I was like getting into like the rhythm of the game and like dodging stuff. I beat it on either my first or second attempt.
That's disastrous.
Um,
Why did they do that? Huh.
I did want to ask, um, did you have much trouble with the game at all?
No, not except for 2 points. One was Baltius,
Mm-hmm.
and then uh Ibis. Um, that fight,
Ibis?
I think that's what it's called. IBS.
What does it look like? Like, well, what part of the game is it at?
Right before you get kidnapped.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It's
Uh,
the you get to like the coral thing,
yeah,
and
and it's the
yeah,
Ibis Guardian or whatever.
yeah. I think I did that first try.
Did they nerf that too?
I don't know.
Surely, there's
I
no
don't I
way.
don't think they nerfed it. I think
They had.
I my build was extremely good.
Okay.
Which I'll get to in a minute. My
Okay.
build was extremely good.
Okay. I was. Huh. See, like, okay, Baltius was like incredibly hard. Like, I wish you could have experienced it, I guess. Because, like,
Yeah, yeah.
I
I
don't
was
know.
thinking like I definitely have a different experience than you do because they have changed things since
Hmm.
the game came out,
Yeah.
make the experience a little bit better.
I like. It was. I got to the point of that boss where I, like, knew everything and I knew, like, exactly how to dodge everything. Like, the beginning where he, like, shoots a bunch of missiles
Yeah,
out?
yeah.
I would, um, assault the R3.
Oh yes, yeah.
Was that assault?
Yeah, it's assault boost. Yeah.
Assault boost, yeah. And then I would charge straight at him and then like dodge to the right
Mm-hmm.
before they hit me, and then I'd kick him and like shoot him and hit him with my sword. Uh, I can't believe they nerfed him. It's
Um,
always a tragedy when they do that.
it makes sense because the way that people were describing it's like, oh hey, this is like completely like this is like almost impossible for most people to
I did it.
beat. Yeah, but I don't think the game is very hard. I think the game is like after a point, the problems I was having with the game was not about difficulty. It was like I was running into problems where the builds I had physically could not complete the mission
Oh.
all the way through because I didn't have the ammo for it.
Oh, okay. Um, yeah. the game was not hard really at all for me until those 2 points.
Mm,
Like I think I struggled more on the Ibis fight
mm-hmm.
than Baltius,
Baltius.
and that's crazy if they didn't nerf him. And I'm surely I'm not that bad. Like maybe it's just build. Maybe it's just your build was like
My build was very good.
mine was
Yeah,
good. I
go
think.
ahead and why don't you just want to get into builds now, or do you want to wait a
I,
little bit?
I can talk about my build if you
Yeah,
want.
because we're talking about builds a lot right now. So
Yeah.
if
So I was when I was playing the game, they give you like the sword that
mm-hmm.
you charge it. You can there's several different things you can do with it, but if you charge it, you go like small swipe and then big swipe.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I used that one the entire game.
Oh yeah.
And then I was using like rifles and stuff at the beginning. But then they gave you a shotgun, and I
Mm,
was like, yeah, I'm doing that.
okay.
So I had a shotgun in one hand, the sword, and then I had like the missiles on the back.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I would make sure to have missiles that would go like straight at them, and
Mm-hmm.
then missiles that would go up and then
Oh
down.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because the up and when they came down, I think they would do more damage and more to like their stance or their poise or whatever.
The engine load.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It would do more to that, I think, but it was hard to hit them because if they moved at all, it would not. It would like miss. And I was like all damage, very squishy.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had like I put as much damage as possible and like tiny, tiny, kind of tiny body. I didn't have like the tank legs or anything. And I just kind of went with what I thought looked cool. I
Mm-hmm.
had like so I was like black and red. My AC unit was,
Mm-hmm.
and then I had one arm was like gray, and then like the gun was too. And it was like I lost the arm and it got replaced or something. I don't know.
Was
And
role
there's a
playing.
little head, yeah, a little head cannon there.
That's fun.
Um, and and then one of the like you have like the training things. What are they?
Yeah, the AC training.
No, where you fight just
Oh, arena.
yeah, you have
Yeah.
arena. And then when you it's like mini boss or bosses.
Well, they're like different ACs
Yeah, different ACs.
that you find in the game. Yeah.
Yeah. And then when you beat them, you get like their emblems and like a bunch of stuff they have. One of them had like the Raven, I think. Uh, and I stole that and just put it on my unit.
Oh,
Oh,
the emblem.
yeah.
You get that after you fight the real Raven in
Oh,
chapter
that's pretty good.
4. Yeah,
Okay,
or
okay.
chapter 3. Yeah.
That was such a cool moment for
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
because they were talking about like when you fight Cataphract in chapter 3, which is like it's like a mech. It's like an AC, but it has like a tank on it
Oh, is
on
it?
its like shoulders or
Yeah.
whatever.
Are you
Um,
you with Rusty?
yes, I think
You like
so.
it was like everyone was trying to climb. It wasn't called the mountain, but it was
Oh
like
no, it's
that's a
the
different
wall.
thing.
That's wall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the wall. That's something else. You're
Okay.
fighting like just like a steam dozer. Like
Yeah, that guy was crazy. It was
uh,
like
yeah, it's like we spot was his back.
yeah.
I thought that fight was very.
Yeah, it was pretty easy, but
Um,
cool design. But okay, this guy's different. He has a
yeah.
tank on.
So yeah, so he's like an AC. So there's like an AC, or he's like an HC. You know, he's like a guy,
Yeah.
but then like around him is like a bunch of weapons. And he looks kind of like a tank. It's called
Okay.
Cataphract.
Okay.
And then the guy piloting Cataphract is like, um, saying stuff about like a Raven, like uh, fuck you, Raven, like you're an asshole.
Mhm.
Um, and then Eri is like, hey, like, what was he saying about that? And Walter's like, yeah, don't fucking worry about it, man. Who cares?
Okay.
Um,
There's a lot of context here. Uh, Armored Core, you're in a mech. I
yeah.
think that's important to establish. It's mech place.
Mhm.
Um, do you want to talk about? You want to explain what happens after, um, chapter one? Like you get the girl in your head.
Oh yeah. So at the end of chapter 1 you blow up like I don't remember exactly what it's called, but it's a thing that holds something called coral, which I still don't entirely get. It's like an energy source, but also they're like people.
Yeah, yeah, it's like a people, but also can be used for energy.
Yeah.
And yeah,
It's kind of weird, but basically after you blow it up, it explodes, and then you get like knocked out, and there's this like person in your head,
yeah,
um, who is like a coral. You get like a coral person in your head.
yeah. She's like, then she's like, helps you and stuff. She
Hmm.
speaks to you, and then
Yeah.
you have Walter, who's your handler, and he
Hmm.
like finds missions for you.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
what are they
and
called?
he is like just a guy who handles like ACs.
Yeah, yeah. He just like,
He's like an
I
independent
think he's
guy.
like a pimp.
Yeah,
Really.
pretty much. He has like he'll get someone and he'll make them do missions for him
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. But yeah, Walter was like, "Don't worry about it."
Yeah, well, there's
Okay.
don't worry about it, and wait, but for oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, the
for the
Raven.
Raven thing.
Yeah.
And then later on you go to do a mission for Arquebus, I believe. I think you go to do a mission for Arquebus to like kill the PCA or something. Then you go there and the mission's already done.
Hmm.
And then uh, the guy Raven, um, who is Raven is actually a title that gets passed down through like the through different mercenaries.
Hmm.
Um, and we got that because we the first mission of the game is you go and you like steal someone's like uh
ID.
yeah, you steal someone's ID as
Yeah.
long as it's like valid or whatever. Um, and you steal like the previous Raven's
Hmm.
ID.
Then was it just like he hadn't died? His just like something happened where he,
No. So that Raven did die, but
oh,
again, it's a title that gets passed down. So
oh,
it like people take up the mantle of Raven, and Raven has meaning. It's like, um, they fight for what they believe is right, and like, I'm getting like chills just thinking about it. It's so cool. They uh do what they believe is right, like regardless of like what other people think and
hmm,
like corporations, all that. They just do what they believe is right, and then um you basically you take up that mantle, uh
by
like out
killing him.
you yeah, you kill him, you find out what Raven really is, like in chapter 3, I think it is, and then you take up the mantle of like I'm going to make my own decisions and stuff like that based off
Mm.
of what I think is right,
And
which I think is really cool.
I think that's when you start making decisions. At least in
It's like I think it's a little before that, but
okay,
it yeah, it's not too far after that.
that's when you start making like major decisions.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. What? So what was your build?
So I do have all of the
Yeah, yeah. We gotta see the images
so
here.
this is my build at the start. Uh
Okay.
I had a similar idea of
Oh,
like
like
shotgun sword. So I was like I saw the shotgun, I was like, man, this is kind of sick. Like the idea of like skating around and like getting in their face and go boom and like smacking them in the face.
yeah.
It seems super sick, but I was having a problem where I would go through the mission and like I wouldn't be doing a lot of damage because like the shotgun that you get, the start isn't super good and it's like strictly close range, and even then it doesn't do a lot of damage. I was having a lot of problems. So I was like, I'll swap it up a little bit. And then I found the laser shotgun,
Oh
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
mid range.
Hmm.
Then I had the sword. I had yeah, I had the two back shoulder missiles that like the lock on ones.
Oh, okay.
Um and the goal was like, just shotgun them and then overload their engine and then do the melee.
Ooh, okay.
And it worked okay. You can also charge because it's a laser gun. You can charge the shotgun and it'll do like a longer ranged attack
Okay,
that
that's
does more
cool.
damage. So I had that idea. It's like, oh, this is good. Like this works. It's good. But it doesn't have a lot of ammo. So around
Yeah.
chapter 2, when you fight the final boss of chapter 2, um it's like you're on a mission to I don't remember. It's where you meet Carla. You like go and you
Mm.
like
Oh,
break all of her stuff, and
yeah.
you're trying to reach like the surface so you can get to a cargo chute thing that'll shoot
Oh,
you across the
yeah. You're
ocean.
gonna get
Hi, Olive.
it's insane. Like so you're following the coral, and you need to get to another continent across the ocean, and so you just go to like this basically slingshot,
Yeah, yeah. So
and
you're trying to get to like the slingshot that's gonna sling you across the ocean, and you're so to do that you have to clear through like an area, and when you're going through the area, um there's like someone speaking. She's like, "Oh, hey, tourist," because
mm,
like you're not from around here, stuff like that. Um,
I'm from around here, are you?
and then you break all of her shit, and then she's like, "Okay, well, I guess I know what I've been beaten." And then she opens up a door, and this giant like uh robot. Like, no one's piloting it. It's just like an AI controlled like
Yeah.
robot thing with like two giant like fire saw arms and like a giant chimney on its back, and you have to like beat it and stuff like that.
You
Um,
have to beat it and stuff.
yeah, you have to beat it and stuff, you know. Um, I was at the boss fight, and I was running into a problem where I wasn't doing enough damage, and also I was running out of ammo before I could do anything. Whenever you run out of ammo, you drop your weapon.
Oh, what?
Yeah, so if you run out of ammo, you no longer have the weapon. Even it's just your fist.
Oh, so you can still do damage?
Yeah, but it's not a lot of damage.
Mm,
Um,
that's so funny. I didn't know that.
yeah, I do have something to talk about the fist later.
Okay.
So I was really just racking my brain for what to do, and then I swapped to um a linear rifle, which is like a normal assault rifle, but you can charge it to do extra damage, and like the base assault rifle you start with. So the goal is like you do damage constantly with the assault rifle. You keep pinging them, and then when their engine gets low or they're in like a spot where you can like hit them with a charge shot, you hit them with a charge shot, and you like overload their engine, and then you hit them with the charge shot again while they're overloaded.
Okay.
Um, that was the goal, and then that worked, and I beat the mission. And then I started doing that for a little bit, where I was swapping between like the shotgun, and then when the shotgun wasn't doing it, like it wasn't doing enough, I would switch to like the assault rifle and the linear rifle. But around chapter, um, I I swapped to, I think this is,
Shit. I like the recolors and everything.
yeah. So I swapped to like pink because I didn't like the red and
Okay.
white anymore. I swapped to like pink, white, and hot pink. Um, and this is like a similar idea, except I swapped the normal assault rifle with like one that's slower but does more damage.
Yeah.
So I did that. That's what I did, and it's like the whole time I had like the 4 missile and the 8 missile of like just like the homing missiles and stuff like that. It was like a similar thing. I just did that for a bit. I think it was around chapter, or like the end of chapter 3, um in like beginning of chapter 4 ish. I wanted to use something different because I'd used the same thing for so long. So I kept seeing something called like the game would reference dual trigger builds, where you have two of like the same weapon or two high power weapons. You just hold them like the whole time. So I was like, yeah, I'll try that too. It seemed pretty good. So I got two machine guns with like giant mags. They had like 80 ammo per mag and like 900 reserve ammo.
Okay.
And then I had a 10 missile and then the 4 missile.
Damn, you were armored up.
Yes. And the goal of the build, and it worked beautifully. This is
Uh,
what I use the rest of the game. I think it's incredibly broken. You you just load, like, you're constantly firing and like shooting missiles, and so their engine load never goes down, and then
uh
you just constantly keep like loading their engine,
Oh
like,
my
so they're
god.
constantly in a state of being stunned or like almost stunned, and they're constantly taking damage. um
Right.
and then I realized, like, oh, I don't have like an X factor. I don't have like a thing to do when they're stunned.
Mm-hmm.
So I swapped the 4 missile out for do you know what songbirds is?
Yeah, aren't they the missiles go beep beep?
No, they're the so songbirds is just like a grenade launcher, or
Oh,
like a missile launcher that is two things. It goes doo doo.
okay.
It does a lot of damage. So I did that and the tin missile,
Uh-huh.
and I would just load them up with my guns and the tin missile,
Mm-hmm.
and then I would blow them the fuck up whenever their engine was overloaded.
That's so funny.
And I just basically blitzed through the entire game. Like, I didn't have a single problem. Chapter 4, chapter 5, there was not a single boss that gave me trouble.
Wow.
I just fucked everything.
That might be it might have been the build, to be honest. Revisiting Ibis.
Yeah.
Because so yeah, I had the shotgun and the sword. My strategy was I just shoot them and shit.
Mhm.
Like with the missiles, try and keep the energy meter up
Yeah.
for them. And like shotgun when I need it. Um, but when it was like getting close to breaking, I would do the sword big swipes.
Mhm.
So the first one would break it, the second one would get like extra damage,
Mhm.
and then I'd shotgun them in the face, and it'd be
Okay.
like a quarter of their health.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I did want to do that, but it just never worked for me. Like, it was it was so difficult to do everything, and then it was like, I can't keep this is not sustainable. I can't keep doing this,
Mhm.
or else I'll be here forever.
Yeah. I think my build I definitely had a harder build
Yeah.
because I struggled on the duo fight with I think it was Carla. It was like two guys.
Was
Um
it when you're with Rusty and it's like the high
no,
mobility?
you're by
No.
yourself and there's two, and like one was like kind of like your build where it's just it's sustained like
Mm.
damage from it was like long range though. And then the other one was like in your face. It was like excuse me. It was like towards the
Oh,
end. I think you're trying to take over the ship, maybe. Um
take over the-
one of them's purple. He was like the nerdy guy. They worked for Carla.
they work for Carla.
Yeah. Yeah. I
You
don't
talking about like
remember
Chatty Stick and Carla?
I don't remember their names. I thought it started with like a V or something, but
It could be. Are you talking about the? Probably talking about one of the Vespers, like
that might have been
yeah,
it.
one of the people that work for Arquebus. But I don't remember. I don't remember boss names a whole lot unless they're
Okay.
like
Yeah,
people. But
yeah, I don't know. But
there is it wasn't the PCA. You don't think? Because
no.
there's that fight. There's the fight where you go and you blow up this like factory or whatever that the PCA owns, and the PCA drops in their
Oh
like
yeah.
two ACs or LCs. I think they're LCs, but they drop in like two guys and
Like
it's a dual fight.
when you're about to leave.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that one. But no, it wasn't that.
wasn't that one?
It was like towards the end of the game. But yeah, I struggled with that and a little bit with some other stuff.
Hmm,
But yeah,
that's fair.
it was fun. I enjoyed my build.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's all that matters. I thought my build was just incredibly good. So I was like, I felt pride in knowing that I had created something that was so crazy.
That's. I hope Olive hasn't been drinking my water. She wouldn't do
No telling. I
that.
couldn't tell you. Um, but so the ending I just had to go with.
Oh yeah, the first playthrough.
The first playthrough, when it started going to the decisions, um, like I think the turning point for me was like we had just defended Xylem from the people attacking, and like finally got it to like go to the air, and then we're going to go crash it into the vascular plant.
Which insane, by the way, that if I'm remembering correctly, the giant fucking like planet sized it
The
sticks
plant, yeah.
yeah, it sticks out of the planet like in incomprehensible amount, like into
So
space.
so it's weird because um you find when you find the vascular plant, it's underground. It's like way underground. So in the time between finding the coral reserve and you get captured by snail and like they put you into like rehabilitation or whatever. Um they they rebuild it from like inside of the earth, like
Mhm.
inside of the planet into space.
That's insane. I didn't
uh
realize that.
yeah, it's completely ridiculous. They don't explain it. They kind
Maybe
of are just like, hey, after this happened, Balaam, yeah, like Balaam pulls out, and then
because
like,
there's like a war going on of
yeah,
like
yeah,
of fighting for the planet.
yeah.
Is it
There are corporations fighting to see who can get control of the coral, and then like,
yeah, and then money from the coral.
yeah,
And then there's the resistance who's like trying to fight everyone because they want
yeah,
everyone off their planet.
yeah.
Um, but okay, so yeah, they built that up. I didn't even. They don't necessarily say how much time has passed. Maybe years
No, no, it had to have been like years,
for that. Yeah,
yeah, for that to
realistically.
happen. Like Balaam pulls out. I did want to ask, did you ambush? So there's a decision that gets made before chapter 4 ends. You can either choose to kill G1 Michigan, who is like the Balaam leader, or you can ambush the Vespers, who are um Hater and someone else. I don't remember what his name. Which one did you end up
I
doing?
think I did the Vespers
Oh, really?
because I remember. Yeah, because I remember uh, after that it was like because I was like, oh fuck, they're never gonna work with me again.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember after that, I was like, I remember G1 Michigan's voice, like,
Mm-hmm.
all right, run, you're gonna do whatever. And so I think, did you ever choose to go after Vespers? To go,
I did for
okay,
the other playthrough. I did, yeah.
okay,
I've done all of the decisions in the game, yeah.
okay. Yeah, that's what I did.
Um, I was there. I was like, well, I don't want to go after the Vespers because Rusty, he's a Vesper. He works for Arquebus,
Yeah, he did.
and then I was like, me and Rusty are cool, so I don't want to go after Rusty in hard
I don't know. I don't,
parts.
cool.
I was like, I don't want to go after the Vespers, and I think I did not like the Balaam guys. I thought all of them were annoying. So I went after Michigan, whatever. And then literally the mission after that is like the one where Archivist is like, all right, you have to go survey like the depth, and then like, oh, also watch out, someone's following you.
Oh yeah,
And it turns out that it was actually Rusty following you, and uh, the corporation wants like to kill two birds with one stone. Like one of you is going to kill the other, and also like survey whatever.
yeah.
Um, and then so you're fighting Rusty, and I was so sad. I was like, when he was like, well, Rubicon still needs me. Like,
Mhm.
you're gonna have to
And then,
go.
and then he's like, "Who do you have to fight for?"
Yeah, yeah. I was like, oh my god, fucking goddamn it. And then um you beat him, and then he gets away.
Yeah, I didn't want to fight him either, but I was like, you know what, Rusty? I guess this is how it ends.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, that sucks. And then you go and you get control of Xylem, and you get in the air because Carla and Walter want to crash the Xylem into the vascular
The
plant.
giant ship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the giant floating city.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Forgot to mention that. It's
Yeah.
an entire city. Like, so there's a defense mission where you defend it while they're like getting ready, and then at the end, the cutscene is just the entire city rising up.
Yeah, and it just
Um,
goes up into the air, and then
yeah,
it goes into orbit, and
the whole ship,
yeah,
and yeah, and then they're trying to crash into the space.
yeah, the vascular plant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that thing. Like, I don't even. It's a space plant. I don't. It's a planet. It's on a planet.
yeah,
It goes like the majority of it is in space.
yeah.
I don't.
I don't know why. I don't know
I
why
don't
it's
know.
so big.
I feel like that would like fuck up the orbit of the planet or like the rotation at least. Like everything,
Yeah,
the
because
weight
it's
would be all.
like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway.
But I guess there's a lot of coral on like in the atmosphere, which
Okay.
I
So you
guess
think
is
that
like
counters it?
no.
Like
I think
dark.
that's why it's up so high. They can extract more coral from the atmosphere.
I never thought what that was for, but that is what it's for.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Um.
Makes sense.
So I decided because there's a mission where you can either defend Xylem or you can go and you can use the distraction to kill Carla.
Oh, I did forgot there was a decision.
Yeah, yeah. This is like the turning point. This basically decides which ending you get.
Oh.
Um.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
because you. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. First, you have the forced defense mission, and then you can.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then you pick.
Yeah.
So I
And
decided
there
I
there
was
is. It's not just randomly like, hey, go kill this person or go to. It's like the ladies in your head is
yeah.
like, hey, you should go kill her.
Yeah, it's like you need and like you have to trust me and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I was like, I've just done all of this work and I'm gonna like throw it away for this lady that's in my fucking head.
Oh no.
So
Oh
the
no.
first thing I did was like I do not give a fuck. I'm gonna defend the ship. I'm gonna go with Carla and
Okay.
Walter. I do not care. I don't give a fuck.
Wow.
Like fuck the greater good or whatever the fuck they want me to do. I don't care. So you defend it. You kill V1 Freud, who's like captain of the Vespers. He's like the big boss of Arquebus. Like he's the highest rank that you fight for like the Vespers. So you just fucking I kicked his ass. He kills Chatty, who
Oh,
go ahead.
Chatty's one of the guys in the duo boss fight.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking. It's
Okay.
you're thinking of Chatty and Carla.
Okay.
Yeah. So I I kill Freud. This is after he kills Chatty, and we find out that Chatty is an AI
Oh,
that Carla made.
what? The...
Oh yeah, you never did this. Yeah. So
No.
Chatty is an AI. He's not a real person.
Okay.
And then Carla couldn't bring herself to back him up because I don't know why. Because like
What? Like back him up? Like.
you store his AI somewhere else.
Oh.
So he's just dead forever. And then you guys share a moment where it's like, oh yeah, you lost someone too, because after you decide to not kill Carla, Eri just leaves you.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
she just stops talking to you. So then what happens after that? Oh yeah, you're in the orbit and you're like going to crash it, and then Arquebus has taken control of the PCA's like warships and stuff like that. So you have to defend the Xylem from the warships that are coming to shoot it down. And it's another fucking defend mission. I hate them. I think they're so bad. But what's cool is because you're in the atmosphere with all the coral, you have infinite boost.
Oh.
Really cool because like you like go and you fly out way past the Xylem and you like kill all the warships and
That's
stuff.
crazy.
And then part of the way through the mission, Rusty shows up again in his AC, in like
So it's like a
um
different one?
yeah. So he has his AC, like um I think it's V4 Rusty, Steel Haze, and then he has a different one after you beat him, Steel Haze Ordeus, which is like the build is different, it looks different, it's super cool, and his emblem is different too. So um before when he's in when he's working for Arquebus, he has like the muzzle on, like it's like a wolf with a muzzle.
Yeah.
It's the muzzle's taken off and he's like, ah.
Hell yeah.
But it's super cool, and you fight him and he's like, so you finally found something, Jesus Christ, worth fighting for or something like that. And it's really sad because
Mm-hmm.
you're like actually just killing him now. But that happens, and then when you're about to when you're so that happens, then you're about to crash the ship, and the ship gets shot by like an orbital laser or something. And like you had just like killed all of Arquebus stuff, like you had stopped a lot of stuff. It was like, who could have possibly done that?
Mm-hmm.
And it was Eri. Eri controlled the thing and
Ship.
shot the ship, and then she comes down in a sea weapon,
Uh-huh.
like Ibis, and you fight her,
Okay,
and she's the final boss.
I didn't know about that. I
Yeah.
have seen that before.
Um.
That's interesting.
So
So it doesn't blow up. The like you beat her.
yeah. So you beat her, and then while it still hits
Mm.
the vascular plant and explodes, and like the whole planet is on fire, and then you fly away off into the nothing of space, and it says like uh everyone remembers like the the wings of fire that burned the
Oh,
planet again, or
that's
something like
crazy.
that. And you basically become like you're never seen again, but you become like a legend that like burned, like set the planet on fire, and stuff like that.
You
And
get the evil ass villain ending on
yeah,
your
so I
first
get the
one.
bad ending, and
Yeah.
so I have a little bit of notes written down.
Okay.
Um, uh, I basically explained all this, but I said bad ending question mark because I was like,
Mhm.
this is not the good ending. This is definitely like not is bad. It's bad. And then you do new game plus, and there's a lot of different stuff. There's a mission. Go ahead.
The one thing I got to, I did a bit of New Game Plus. I got to the part where I don't know if you even know if you remember this, but you're doing a mission and you're helping these two guys. I think
Yeah,
it's from G1.
yeah. They're Balaam guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's G5
Oh yeah.
Iguazu, and I don't remember the other person.
Yeah, and then the resistance radios you and is like, "Hey, can you kill them?"
Yeah, it's like
And
we will pay you double whatever they're paying you.
yeah,
Yeah.
to kill them. And that's where I said yes. And then I think I killed them. It's like a incredibly hard fight for me because
Yeah, that's fair.
uh
Your build is not made for that. Yeah.
no. I think I killed them and that's where I stopped, but that's as far as I got.
Yeah, so that's the start of it.
Mhm.
So after that, you do that, you fight, beat them, and then you kind of go about your day. And you like go through the game like fairly normally, and then um there's a mission, there's a new mission. And in this new mission, Carla tasks you with like killing some hacking drones that are like fucking with her stuff. You go around this like little area, you kill the hacking drones, and then um Aries like, oh hey, there's something going on outside, like we should go look at it. So you go outside, and then Iguasu, the guy that you like killed
Oh, you
before,
chose to?
uh what is it?
Did you choose to kill him when the rebels
Oh
asked you
yeah,
to?
yes,
Okay.
yeah. So he is there,
Okay.
and he's like there to kill you. You fight him, and then do you know like whenever there's a mission where you go into like Boz headquarters or something. There's a bunch of like invisible
Oh yeah.
MTs. So invisible MTs show up and they start beating the shit out of both of you. And Iguazu is like, "Oh, okay. Well, we should. I know we're fighting, but we should kill these guys because they're gonna kill us." If you keep fighting him and don't fight the MTs, he's like, "You're fucking insane. What are you doing? We're both gonna die." Um,
That's so
so you kill him and you kill the guys, and he's like, because he's mad because he's like, oh, you got lucky and stuff like that. And then you go through the game more. I'm picking the decisions I didn't pick before. Um, I'm I'm siding with like I'm doing Ares mission where I'm killing Carla and all that.
mm-hmm.
And then there's a mission where when you're exploring the depths, uh, in in the base game, you're exploring a part, and then Iguazu's there defending a door.
Yeah.
Um, I think it happens in New Game Plus. So you're, and then in the base game, he's like going insane. He's like, oh, what's that noise? Um, like being down here is like making me nuts. I'm gonna kill you. That happens in the base game. Then you kill him. Then you proceed with like the mission or whatever. But in New Game Plus, when you get there, he's not there, and there's no one there. But then a mercenary comes behind you, and he tries to kill you, and he's um, like you should have been easier on him. Like, oh, he abandoned his red gun pride, who is like the Balaams are like the red guns.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like he abandoned his pride and all that, and when you and he's like, well, fuck. Like I'd hoped to bring your body to him, like your body to the boy. Then you beat him, and it's whatever you go on normally, and you know, then I get to the decision where you can kill Carla, do that, and then go through and stop the Xylem, and you fight Walter at the end, and then you save. How's it end exactly? It's like,
You go with the lady in your head.
mhm.
You fight like Baltius 2.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
there's
V2 Snail has taken like they've like perfected Baltius, and you fight him.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then uh
the fight was fucking annoying, by the way.
I thought it was cool. Um and then Rusty is also there and
Mm-hmm.
he's like uh I clicked it. I watch it every
Oh
once in a while.
really?
Yeah, he's like every Rubiconian who heard your cry rose to fight, and it's like the camera shows like the planet
Mm-hmm.
surface and it's like a bunch of just like gunfire and shit going on.
Oh yeah, I remember that too. I got chills whenever he did that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, because, and then the music comes in and it's like blah blah blah.
yeah.
Um
He does have his new AC during that too. Like if you look at
oh,
his AC, he doesn't have like the like back legs where like the weird bendy legs.
okay.
He has like normal AC legs and has different weapons and stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then you and him like go and clear and then you get to the Baltius.
Yeah.
And then get to Walter and fight him.
I
He has
got
like
I got so sad. Yeah, he's also piloting a sea weapon.
yeah,
So Walter is Coral?
I don't know. I have no clue.
Yeah, cuz the area is like, oh, that machine is piloted with Coral. Um so I was like, what the fuck? What even happened,
I
man?
don't know.
Did he like get turned into Coral or something? Like,
I don't know. I have no clue what happened with him. But yeah, he has like a giant like laser beams that he uses during the fight.
yeah, yeah.
And he's saying like undo the surgery, become normal again, stuff like that. Which I know there's like so your character had like a surgery. You were like one of the altered humans,
Mhm.
whatever pilot the mechs. Um, that's what I know from that. And then you kill him, and he's like made a new friend, and then he's about to shoot you, and then he doesn't,
Mm,
and then shit blows up
yeah.
and everything.
I think what is it? He did tell you a story, like a little bit into the game, where it's like about a scientist who gave up everything to study the coral. And I was thinking he was talking about himself.
Probably, yeah.
So
That would
I'm
make
sure
sense.
like he did something to himself, and he's from like 500 years ago or whenever the Fire of Ibis came.
Okay.
Um,
He just wants to do it again to
oh
prove a con.
yeah, something like that. And he's like, he studied the coral and is like, nothing good can come of this. This has to be like eradicated.
Wow.
Um.
Burn it all to embers. Oh yeah, by the way, the embers thing.
Oh yeah, I
I
forgot
think
about
it's
that.
funny that we both chose games with like burning and like
Oh yeah,
fire.
yeah. That is a very big thing with Dark Souls in general. Is
I
like
think
fire and like
FromSoft has like a particular interest in fire because like Dark Souls 3 obviously
hmm
the whole thing is linking the flame. And then Bloodborne you come back and the place is on fire.
hmm
Elden Ring you set the tree on fire. Uh Sekiro you come back to like one of the like it's the final area now and it's on fire. I They have a thing for fire.
in Dark Souls 1 you're also going to relink the first flame.
And Dark Souls 2. Yeah, it's the Dark Souls thing.
Is is it in Dark Souls 2? I
Mhm.
thought it was something else.
I'm pretty sure in like all the Dark Souls games you just link the fire. Link the fire.
Maybe. I don't there's something else with Dark Souls 2, I think.
Okay.
I'm not entirely sure. Um what is it? But I think fire can have so many symbolisms
I
and
mean,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So it's like there's a lot of ways to do fire, and I think um they're exploring all of them.
Yeah.
It is pretty
Yeah.
cool. Uh
Um yeah, so he burns the shit down. You got the second ending.
yeah, so
Your
that's both
second ending.
endings. Um and then uh there there's a third ending, which is the true ending.
Oh,
Yes, so there is a true ending.
okay.
So in New Game Plus Plus, this is the true ending. You can only do the true ending after you've gotten both of the other endings and in New Game Plus Plus.
Okay.
So there's a couple new missions. Instead of you know the mining rig that the Liberation Force has.
Yeah.
So instead of going to destroy it, you can escort it.
Oh.
Yeah, but when you get there to escort it, it has been destroyed.
Oh. Okay.
And there are institute weapons that are fighting you, so you fight like the grinder wheels and stuff like that. Very hard. The mission's very hard. I tried to part of the way through the game, like in New Game Plus, I was trying to use like the other AC data that you get from the arena. I was playing like Snail and Michigan and a lot of Freud. I was playing those ACs, just seeing. Um, they suck. My build is
Oh.
really good.
I didn't know you could use their builds.
Yeah, yeah. If you go to AC data and then you go to preset, it's all of their builds. You
Oh.
just have to have
The stuff they have.
yeah, you have to have the specifically the chips they have, like the OTS tunings they
Oh.
have. Um, and if you don't, you can't like import them. And then if you have all of that, and you can buy the weapons, you can just like
Pay for them.
you can
And
just pay for them and then have their data. And it's really cool. Um, they're not very good. They're very different from what I was playing,
yeah.
and what I was playing was very easy and very good. But you do that. There's a new character just
Oh.
entirely. Her name is Kate.
Okay.
She helps you with like a couple missions and stuff like that. And instead of following like Walter or like Ari or anyone else, you're actually following Allmind. On Allmind is like the system,
Yeah.
like they do like the arena and stuff like that. You're following Allmind and like they're giving you missions and they're giving you things to do. So let me see. There's also like New Game Plus Plus has things be a little harder because of course it
Yeah.
does. Before you fight Baltius in Chapter 1, there's that AC that
Hmm.
you fight. So when you go to fight him, he has four of those like MTs.
Oh.
In New Game Plus Plus, he has sniper MTs behind you guys, like shooting at you while you're fighting.
Oh.
And it's I thought it was really funny because like, hey, how do we make this fight harder? It's like, oh, just have things that shoot the player.
The whole time.
Yeah, the
That's so
whole
funny.
time. Um, and like you're doing more missions for All Mind. You're making sure that Arquebus can't extract coral from the planet, which destroys the coral. But All Mind is like, we have no use for orphaned coral, and the
Okay.
whole time they're talking about coral release. Like, oh, we wanted to achieve coral release. Like, oh, you're the only one that can achieve coral release and stuff like that. So instead of ambushing the Vespers or killing Michigan, you can choose to kill a different guy for All Mind, and his name is V3 O'Keefe, who was a double agent for All Mind, like getting info on Arquebus and stuff like that. But O'Keefe decided to just double cross them and like not want to do it anymore. Um, and then All Mine wants you to get rid of him because he's gonna betray them. Um, so you go and you kill him, and then the whole time he's like, "Yeah, you think you want this, you don't want this. Like, it's not good for anyone. Like, drinking coffee flavored sludge and eating like shit food, and like that's all part of being humans. Like, and you're not gonna get that if you achieve like coral release or whatever. Um, you kill him, then so then you get to the end of chapter 4, and you know how normally when you're in chapter 4 you go and you kill the there's like two ACs that are at the beginning, you kill them, then you go to like the area with Ibis, and you fight that, and then you get kidnapped and stuff, right?
Okay.
So after you fight the two ACs, um All Mind takes over your comms, like takes over Walter. Like, you can't talk to Walter anymore, and he's like, "Hey, you're going to get ambushed. Like, Archivist is like gonna get you. Like, they're planning ahead to get you. This is where V2 Snail is. Go kill him."
Oh my god.
So you go, and it's by where you get kidnapped to, the like area down like the tunnel and stuff like that. So you go through the tunnel, and while you're fighting Snail, he's like, "Oh, I don't know how you found me or whatever." Iguazu shows up again, and
Oh my god.
he just doesn't go
This is
away.
this is like Kuze.
Yeah, he just does not go the fuck away. And so you kill him and Iguazu. So then chapter 5 is like almost completely different.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like a mission where All Mine wants you to go, and like they want you to be erased. They want you to like not be in the records anymore. They want you to basically say that you've been killed in action or whatever.
They're trying to kill you?
No, 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 no.
Oh,
They're trying to get you out of the system so no one can find you.
okay.
The mission is called MIA.
They're really
So
putting like everything onto you.
yes, yeah. Um, and then go through, and then you get to like a point. You basically just go through like the level, get to a point, and they're like, if you get to this point, we can do this for you. And then at the end, do you remember who Pater is?
It sounds familiar. Yeah, he's like he has the funny head.
Um,
Or is that a different guy?
maybe I don't remember,
Okay.
but Pater is just one of the guys who's like constantly around throughout the game, and funnily enough, you if you ambush the Vespers, you kill his like the guy who's directly above him, and then I guess he gets away. So then he goes up a rank, and then like you can see his progression through the ranks through the game, and it's pretty sad because when you finally kill him, he's like crying and
Oh my
stuff.
god.
um so you kill Pater. He's probably an HC. Do you remember the difference?
Yeah.
Because like he's piloting an HC, you kill him, and then All Might erases you from the system. And then this whole time, Carla and Walter are still going through with their plan with the Xylem. So you have to infiltrate the Xylem, and then basically hack everything. And like what is it? Yeah, you want to hack the different things so that All Mind can take control of it. During this, All Mind is like, "Hey, don't worry about Carla and Walter. I'll take care of him. I'll take care of them." So then All Mind kills them while you're hacking the thing. So you hack it, and then All Mind's like, "All right, you gotta be put to sleep for a bit." So they put you asleep. Then you wake up on the Xylem, and then All Mind is like, "All right, you and Eri are gonna become part of All Mind. Like, so they're gonna kill you and make them part of this like hive mind type thing that they're building." And so also Iguazu is like there still.
Who's a
Yeah, and so it's him, and he's like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you." And the fight's pretty hard. He has like his weapons aren't like crazy, like his guns or anything aren't crazy, but he has this like insane melee weapon that is super hard to dodge.
okay?
It's super big. And I died like a bunch of times during the second phase, just because like I would try to get away from him to because he was doing like crazy melee combos on me,
Hmm.
and I would run out of energy, and then he would just smack me, and I would die. Um, so that was really annoying. But then you finally beat him, and um he's like, "I was always jealous of you, the independent mercenary that had it all." And then um and then I don't know why, but the vascular plant collapses into a black hole. It sucks up all of the coral and you. It then you like wake up in like a puddle, and you're in like the AC that you kind of started in. Um and then you stand up, and then there's a bunch of other ACs on the ground, and Aries like, "Oh, this is it. Coral release." Um all of the coral has been scattered all across the universe, and then she's like, "Let's go into this new age together." And then while she says that, all of the ACs stand up
What?
with like the like lights on,
Uh-huh.
and that's where the game ends. That's the true
What?
ending, and it's
What
like
the fuck?
it's great. It was like so nuts. I was like, "What the fuck is even going on?"
Is that your favorite ending then?
Um, yeah, because of how fucking crazy it is.
Yeah.
Like, you're following this. You've been tricked into following this like hive mind thing that wants to make all of the coral into like, I don't know. I don't know if they want coral leaves because they want to be able to like add all of the coral into their hive mind thing and then scatter it everywhere. I don't entirely know.
You gotta watch a lore video of this shit,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. And I think the way that Iguazu kept coming back is like he had made a deal with All Mind or something, and then All Mind kept like putting him in different like bodies basically, or like different ACs or something,
Yeah.
and that's why you fight him so many different times. He kept coming back.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Um, but it is so like crazy. Like I was just sitting there like mouth agape, and it's like I don't
Mhm.
even know how, like, what the fuck even was that, right? Like, what an insane way to have like the true ending. Like that's
Yeah.
the lore ending. Like that's what
That's
happens.
yeah, I did not know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, and which is why I was curious, like, oh, like how much
How
new,
different could it be? Like,
yeah, like how much New Game Plus have you
oh,
seen? Because like
oh.
it's so different. Like it's
Mhm.
so different, and the endings are different. You know, like the true ending is crazy. and makes the game completely so different. It is nuts. I've never played a game like that. It is so crazy.
So, besides the true ending, which ending do you like more?
Um, I like the bad ending, if I'm being
Damn.
honest, because like you do it and then it's like Ares like, thank you, Raven. Now I'll do whatever you want, and like that's kind of how the game ends.
That's
It's like,
not what happens at all. He's like, "Thank you, my people can survive now. Thank you for saving my people, Raven."
whatever.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Set them all
And
on
then
fire.
yeah, that's what you like. You
Yeah.
like the big explosion. Wow. I did not know all that. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
no, I. It's like this whole time I've been holding in. I did that. I think I beat it on Tuesday. So like
Okay.
this whole time I've just been like sitting here like,
What, like 2 days ago?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So I like I finished, yeah, I finished the last ending 2 days ago. And this whole time I've just been like sitting, it's like I cannot keep like holding this in. I've been telling him like I can't wait to talk about it. I can't wait to talk about it.
Yeah.
Like I've it's so crazy and I have no one to tell about it, and it's like
Now here we are.
now here we are. And
Wow.
fucking I'm sitting here, I'm rambling about it, and
Wow. What a game that I played a third of, I
yeah,
guess.
you played. I don't think I was sitting there thinking while I was playing. It's like I don't think you played enough of the game. Like I
Yeah.
don't think you have.
Yeah, I see why people say what they say. I saw people saying like you haven't beat it unless you've beaten it twice, but I think it sounds like you haven't beaten it
Until
unless
you beaten it 3 times.
yeah.
Yeah. Because I guess like twice it's like, oh, you see both endings, but I guess that person doesn't know like, hey, the third ending is crazy.
Yeah. I can only imagine if they're gonna make another game, what is even like I
Well, it
don't
would be something. It would be something completely
like
different,
a
I
different
think.
universe, you think?
Or
Or
I don't
different
know how
timeline?
they work exactly, but there is an Armored Core game called Armored Core Raven. So I don't think all of them are set on Rubicon, but I think they're all set in the same universe.
Yeah. I know in Armored Core 1 you play as Raven.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah. Um which by the way, that one is kind of crazy because like so in that one they purposefully keep having you go on missions until you go into debt,
Oh, yeah.
and you keep going into debt, and you get to like 50,000, and then they're like, "Hey, uh, you're too far into debt to keep going, but we can give you this surgery, and it'll make you stronger."
Hmm.
So you do it. You start back at the beginning of the game, but you have the game's changed. Like
Hmm.
I had like a certain buff, like um enemies take more damage or something, and it's just basically you get buffed, and you keep doing that until you get past.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
That's fun. I think that idea is cool, but it is like,
It's repetitive and could
yeah,
be.
yeah. I remember Christian was talking about because he was like emulating one of the Armored Core games. Because he's super into mechs and stuff like that. And he was talking about how hard the game is, and he explained the controls to me, and they seemed like so like kind of ridiculous. Like
Yeah,
I don't remember. I don't know if it was even close to what it is now.
probably not.
Because it's very simplified now and very easy to play. You just have to get used to it.
Yeah,
Um, but they seemed like a lot. It seemed like a lot.
awesome. Modern gaming.
Modern
Thank
gaming,
God.
yeah.
I
All the games kind of suck.
that is a statement.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think they suck certain modern standards, but overall,
Yeah.
I think that's a bold statement from you.
I I think.
Maybe we need to get you to play some classics. Maybe that's
What do
what
you mean?
I'm.
What do
Well,
you mean classics? What are you talking about?
Silent Hill, Resident Evil 4, the OG.
You haven't played those games.
No, but those are our classics, I guess.
Yeah, but like,
Um, the original Max Payne's, Max Payne 1. I say original, the remake's not even out yet, but
yeah,
Max Payne 1, 2,
my dad
maybe
played those games.
I mean, I've heard they're I think
Those are
one
not that old. Those are Xbox games,
yeah, but that's old.
right?
Yeah, that's like Xbox 360 is like old.
It is. You know what's funny is GTA 5 was on the Xbox
I don't know
360.
how. I don't know how that thing ran that. Um. Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Uh.
The bathroom as well.
Uh. Wow. Yeah. I can't believe how little of the game I've experienced.
I mean, it's not something you would know without either looking it up or experiencing it yourself, right? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know going into New Game Plus I would see that many different things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I need to go back. I need to go in, make my Miku mech, and then like I started to make it. Um, I ran with that one build the whole time, and I was like, oh, Miku emblems, and then half made it. Actually, no, I think I fully made it. Ash
You
made me
did.
helped me make it. It's like light blue. I think she chose the guns. Or
What were the guns?
there was like uh a laser because Miku Miku beam.
Uh-huh.
So there was a laser. There's like some weird like guys. I think I had one of the shoulder things that's like shoot it out, and it's
And
like
it's
a
a
bunch of little
guy.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I know what you're
Um.
talking about. Freud has that as one of his shoulder things.
Okay. He was like, yeah, like beam guns, and then like that, and I don't know what else on the other side. Um. Yeah, I need to go back in with that. Go New Game Plus with that, and blow up the planet
Yeah.
with as Miku. Um. Okay. So, anything else?
Yeah, did you have any questions or anything you wanted to ask me that we
Just
didn't
the
cover already?
ending thing. I think I had a pretty good recommendation.
Yeah,
Pretty good
yeah.
demand there. Oh, I don't think
I don't
so.
think so. You think we covered
Oh,
everything you
the
wanted to?
music was insane, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
There's yeah, a lot of the big moments had like really, really good music.
Hmm.
When you're fighting Rusty on top of the Xylem, um,
Oh yeah,
like the music there is crazy. The music when you're fighting All Mind at the end and true ending is crazy. Even the music during the ending cutscene of the true ending is
I believe it.
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah, crazy music. I don't think so. I
you
think
don't
that's
think
it.
so? Okay. I think that's all that I wanted to cover.
Okay, okay. So ranking it. Do you want me to go first or you?
You go first. Yeah.
Oh God, I haven't thought about this too much to be honest. Uh, I think 98. I give it a 98.
98, really?
What, you think that's low?
I think that's really high for what you've played.
No, I think it's 98 because like it's better than Yakuza 0. I like it more than Yakuza, I should
Hmm.
say. Um, I don't think it's as good as Disco, but there's literally nothing about the game that I dislike.
That's fair.
So I think 98. I'm gonna put it right
Really.
there.
I didn't think it would be that high for you.
No, it definitely is. It's like top 5 games, and I've played a third of it.
You played a third of it. Yeah, I can't imagine how much you'd like it after you. Well, you'll probably like it less now that I've told you
Whatever.
it.
I
But
get to
like,
see it.
you get to see it. Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd probably like it more. For me, the number 97 has been floating in my head
Okay.
every single time I think of a rating. The first thing that pops into my mind is 97.
Okay. Okay.
I figured it would be lower for you. Is
No. No, it's
oh,
like top 5
crazy.
games. Now I'm thinking about it. I haven't thought about a rating for Dark Souls 3.
Oh, really?
Maybe I should think about that. Anyway, okay.
Speaking of Dark Souls 3,
Yeah, Dark Souls 3. So you 97, I put 98, so 97 and a half
yep,
total. There it is. Dark Souls 3. It's my turn to talk.
it is your turn to talk for an hour and a half.
Um, it's certainly a game, right? So, okay. Let me pull up my notes here.
Okay.
Okay, so like fourth Souls game.
Fourth Souls game, yeah.
And yeah. Because I played Bloodborne. I played Sekiro after Elden Ring and then Bloodborne. Now Dark Souls 3.
It's your first Dark Souls game.
First Dark Souls game. Which I was originally planning if I knew I was gonna play the Dark Souls games at some point. I was planning on going 1, 2, 3. but now I guess I'm gonna go like 3, 2, 1 maybe. Um,
Okay, so
so
I wanted, so I did want to see you play 1, 2, and 3 in order because you would see the progression of it, and it
mm,
would be a cool experience. But with this show, I wanted you to play something. I wanted you to play things that were very close to me.
okay.
So Yakuza 0, my introduction to one of my favorite game series of all time, and then Dark Souls 3, my first Souls game. I didn't beat it. Elden Ring was the first one I beat, but it was my first Souls game, and the one I like the most to this
Okay.
day.
Okay. Um, yeah. So there's been like a thread on Twitter. It's been coming up on my page a lot, and it's people being like, Dark Souls 2, like funny thing in Dark Souls 2, like there's this one specific thing that you open and it's only there to like stop you from backing up to fight this enemy. And then there's like another thing where it's like there's this guy named like the king of the rats, and then it's a dog, and just
Yeah,
goofy shit like that. And it makes me want to play the game. And I've seen one of the quote retweets in that thread has been like, people are gonna play the game, stop.
yeah, yeah.
You're gonna make people play the game.
I have played a little bit of Dark Souls 2. I think that game feels so you know how Elden Ring and like not Sekiro necessarily, but like you know how modern games feel where it's like you're walking around and it feels correct, right?
Okay.
And it feels like normal. The way that Eric describes it is that Dark Souls 2 feels like moving on a grid. The purely walking around and like moving and stuff feels wrong. It doesn't like feels like you're sliding on a grid. It feels very very odd. And just like the general experience I've had with the game so far has been, it just feels weird. There's a lot of weird decisions. There's no weapon arts. There's just like everything has a parry. You can parry with anything.
Yeah, that's what you I think told me originally
Hmm.
about Dark Souls 3, but that's not true.
No, no, I don't
Okay.
think I don't think I said that
Okay.
because
I picked that up at some point or something. Yeah.
um, but just the experience of playing that game has not been good for me. So I've
Okay.
I've stopped playing it for now, but I'll probably go back and beat it.
Okay. Well, yeah. You had me play Dark Souls 3.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
so boot up the game. Uh, I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, I blew my eardrums out because it was loud.
Very loud the first
Yeah.
time you launch it.
Oh yeah, and also I don't know what the hell is going on. I told you about this before, but I opened the game and it wasn't recognizing my controller.
Hmm.
Um, and I tried unplugging my controller and stuff. It wasn't working. Uh, and for some reason, it was recognizing my mouse as an Xbox controller.
Oh, yeah, I remember you talking to me about
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
because it was saying the right click was B and the left click was A. And so I looked it up and I had to the solution was I had to unplug my mouse, launch the game, plug my mouse back in, and then it should be fine. Um, Never had to do that again, but the first
I've
time,
never had that problem before ever.
I don't know. Maybe it's Corsair, maybe it's PS5 controller. I don't
But
know.
I've always had a Corsair mouse.
Maybe it's PS5 controller.
It might be PS5 controller
Yeah.
because I've played the game on an Xbox controller um a lot and it works just fine.
Well, yeah, I got past that problem. And on the starting class, I cannot tell you how bad I wanted to pick int
Hmm.
because you haven't played it. Probably no one's played it. Uh,
People have played every build in that game and they've tried to
well,
make everything work.
well, yeah, obviously, but probably no one's played it. Um, and would be different. But I was like, I know they're not as accommodating as Elden Ring for like spells and stuff. This game is
No.
built for like a sword.
Yes. Uh,
Um,
the magic is bad. Catch
yeah.
Catch Flame is good.
Oh, again,
Catch Flame is good in
that's
like
faith.
every Souls game, I think.
Okay.
It's just good. But other than that, all of them are kind of bad.
Okay. Well, yeah. I didn't go with that. I went with the warrior equivalent, where I had an axe and a shield.
Mhm.
Also on the character, I tried to make like a gross character. You saw her. Um,
Yes, I did. I don't
and
remember what it looks like, but yeah.
I tried to make her skin like green, but I was like, that's like really gross, and it just looks like a character you'd make, like where you make them like just a bright red or
Yeah,
something.
so my favorite thing to do in like Souls games is to click the similar face button.
Hmm.
Um, and in Elden Ring, it's not as funny. Like things don't get as like weird and wacky.
Yeah, yeah.
Because in Elden Ring, their face color doesn't change. But for whatever reason, in the in the other games, you keep hitting similar face. Slowly, their face will change color.
Mm.
And also like they'll go from like white to like bright red, and like their face will be like crushed and like all fucked up. And I think it is the funniest thing. I spend 20 minutes every time I make a character doing that.
I
It's my favorite thing. And then I name it something fucking stupid.
uh-huh.
Like I think I had a character named Christian's Balls.
Okay, nice.
Um like just nasty shit.
Uh-huh.
And like
Sure.
because most of the time I'm wearing a helmet anyways, right? Like I'm wearing
Yeah,
full armor, so I never see my character anyways. But then, I go to quit out of the game and it's there, or like,
that's a
uh,
portrait right there.
yeah. And then sometimes I'll be like, because most of the time I've played the game, I've streamed it for Eric because that guy has played like 1,000+ hours of the game.
Hmm. Does he
Um,
just judge you when you stream it? Like,
no, not at all.
it's just like a YouTube video in the background, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, basically. And then I'll ask him. Maybe I'll forget a couple things and be like, "Oh yeah, here." Because he knows everything about the game. He's played it a million times. But I'll just be like, "Hey Eric," and I'll be like, "What?" And then I'll take off the helmet and be like, "What the fuck?"
See, yeah, I wanted to do something like that, but I retracted the green face because of this. I was thinking about it and I was like, I want my first playthrough, like if I end up not having a helmet on, I don't want to just like have like a cool cutscene and then it cuts to my character's face and it's like, and like
But
all
I think
green.
that's so funny. Like the cutscene in an armor core have your guy on it,
Yeah.
and it's just a bright pink
Yeah, you
AC,
had a
like
pink and white.
yeah, pink, white, and hot pink, and it's
Yeah.
like I also thought it was funny. Like I was fighting a Guasu, and he's like, "You're fucking ruining my life," and I'm like, bright pink, and like I'm just fucking everything up. I
You might
thought
as
that
well
was
have like
so funny.
pigtails.
Yeah, basically, I'm like girly popping my way through the entire like destroying the planet, and I'm bright pink.
So funny.
I think stuff like that
Uh,
is hilarious.
yeah. But I was like, on my second playthrough, I can have the funny, but on my first, I gotta have this serious.
Mm.
Um, so I made like, I turned her green face down, but that's about it. She still kind of looked gross and greasy. Um, but she's wielding an axe and a shield because I chose that one because it was like strength, and I have something to parry with. I want to parry, and came in the starting area, and there's like some skeleton guys. I practiced trying to parry them, but their attacks were like really slow.
Oh yeah,
And but I finally parried one. I was like, all right, I'm good.
the timing's the same in every Souls game.
Yeah, well, except for Sekiro, but
Wait, that doesn't count. That's not
okay,
the same thing.
okay, it's deflecting. It's not
Yeah.
parrying. Um, so did that. Got to the first boss.
Mm-hmm.
Down in Ludix.
Udex Gundyr.
Wrote it down. That's probably his name.
Yeah.
I'll take your word. Really cool,
Mm-hmm.
but incredibly easy. Um, I
So go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean.
I just beat him first try.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with like so like second phase, he like his like left side of his body mutates and he like it's like faces and it's like all like big. He's like it's kind of like Akira Tetsuo.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with it. It happens a couple times in the game. Um
I don't exactly remember why either.
okay. Is it, I don't know. I could
I don't know.
been watching lore videos to be honest.
Did you ever fight Prime Udex Gundyr?
Yeah.
You did. Okay.
Yeah.
How was that fight?
Easy as well.
Yeah.
every. I can get to this right now easier than Bloodborne. This game is
Yeah.
so easy, and
Yeah,
it's
the game
probably
is
my
not hard.
build, but that's like my biggest gripe with the game is how not hard it is.
Well, that's because you've played 1,000 hours of Elden Ring, and that
Mhm,
game is complete bullshit. Like there's so much of that game that it's like that's fucked up, that's not cool.
mhm,
But you get used to it, right? Like you
yeah,
get used to all the bullshit and stuff like that. There's none of that in Dark Souls 3. All of the bosses are fair. You're making weird faces. All the bosses are fair. You're fighting on the same playing field. It's like it's I think, you were saying like, it's like a dance. Like I think about that. Like I know enough about the game. I can boot it up and I can have just a great time. I can fight these bosses and I can have just good time.
go to the ballet, the ball.
Yeah, I go to the ball. Go to
Um,
the ball, do a little jig, and then I get out of there.
yeah. So yeah, I I to be honest, like see, hang on, it's there are 5 bosses. Okay, one of them I grouped like
Hmm.
together, but there's like around 5 bosses that did not take me one try. Um,
Again, the game is not hard.
yeah.
The game is especially not hard if you played Elden Ring. It was my first Souls game, so it took me a lot to like figure stuff out and stuff
Hmm.
like that. So I played the first half of the game a bunch, but then I had beaten Elden Ring,
Yeah.
and then I'd gone back to the game. I steamrolled through the first half of the game, because I had played a bunch, and then I got to Pontiff Sullivan, who is I had stomped at him about 5 times because he was too hard for me. Um, but after beating Elden Ring, I beat him second try, and then I proceeded to just steamroll through the rest of the game.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, anyway, yeah, so I beat the first boss. Oh yeah, on the main screen, by the way, I was like, "Oh, this is where the song is from,"
Mm-hmm.
because I heard it on social media and stuff.
Christ, man.
Um, after beating him, it's kind of like right outside before you go to the linking the
Firelink
like
Shrine.
yeah, Firelink Shrine. Um, on the left, there's just a naked guy with like a katana.
Mm-hmm.
And this whole time I was like, all right, when's the first death gonna be? Uh, start fighting him. I see like walking up, I'm like checking all the bloodstains and stuff, and I see everyone who's dying is like fully geared up. So I'm like, wait, no. They were naked and they were dying. So I was like, oh, this guy's gonna be hard because the guys who have like played the game are dying to him. Um, so I go up a bit of fear in my
Mm-hmm.
chest. And I start fighting him. I do like a tiny amount of damage, but I'm doing fine. I'm on a bridge, kind of.
You're on a ledge, yeah.
Yeah, I roll off and I die.
Yeah, yeah.
But then I come back and I kill him like right after. So that was my first death, fighting a naked guy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so right after that, uh, I see a bunch of bloodstains around a chest. And I'm like, that's probably a mimic. Like that, I've heard the stories. That's probably a mimic. So I go up, I'm like, I could probably kick his ass. So I open it and he kills me. He grabs me,
Yeah.
kills me.
Yeah. So so you can't open a mimic test. You can't
Yeah,
open them, they'll kill you.
yeah, I
You have
learned
to
that.
know it's a mimic and then hit it and start fighting it.
Yeah. That's what I learned. Uh,
There, there is another thing. There's an item called a hunter's mark. If you use that next to a mimic, it'll put them asleep, and then you can just grab the item. You don't have to fight
interesting.
them.
That's kind
Yes.
of cool.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, no, I thought I could open it and then like dodge out of the way. That's
No,
not
you can't
how
do
that
that.
went.
They will just kill you.
Yeah. Um, so die to him. Uh, oh, I get to like the Firelink Shrine, talk to the blacksmith. Elden Ring still has the coolest blacksmith out of the two. Um,
You don't like Andre?
the guy in Elden Ring is more of a vibe. Like his hammer is more like more tired and stuff. This guy's like clunk, clunk, clunk.
Yeah. Well,
And
well,
he's like got more energy about him, and I like a dying old man, you know?
that's weird. Andre is a character from Dark Souls 1.
That
So
makes
so
sense.
he's a reference, and I had more respect for him after I played the first game.
Okay, that makes sense. I I liked his line where he's like, "Prithee, be careful."
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know what else he
Pretty
says
be
after.
careful.
Yeah. I don't know what else he says because I always ran away while he's saying that.
Yeah.
Um, he was alright. He didn't have much to say. That was
No.
it.
He's not the point. He's a reference. It's
Okay,
like,
well,
hey, this is the guy from Dark Souls 1.
yeah, I didn't get the reference.
A lot of the game is that.
Okay, well, um, yeah, I do all that. Go to like the first place. Uh, so there's like a dragon, right?
Yeah.
Um, and I get like past him because he's like breathing fire. You have to run past the area, and I get to a bonfire, and I'm like, I bet I could like kill him if I shot him. So I shoot him, and then he looks over and shoots me with like his flame, and I die.
Never done that before. I
Yeah.
was just assuming it was like an environment piece.
No,
Like
no, he's just a guy.
that's funny.
He's actually like he'll just turn and shoot you.
That's funny.
Um, I do that. Um, oh yeah, and then I get to God in this area, by the way, fucking knight
Oh
guys.
yeah, the Lothric Knight.
Yeah, they have like the swords. They're so aggressive.
Oh yeah.
And
That's the whole game. The whole game is like, hey, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. Like
yeah,
you're not supposed to be here. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
yeah, that's how it felt. I tied quite a bit to them. They're fucked up. And you told me the kicking thing. This was another thing that I hated about the
Mm.
game. The kick input. It's
Mhm.
like it's just like the Dark Souls jump input. It's so bad. But you said it was like essential for shields.
Yeah, because you get a crit off of them. Like you can
Um,
kick them, and then if you walk up and do an R1, like a light attack, you can crit them.
Okay.
You can riposte them.
I only did that once, and it was like at the end of the game. So these guys, I didn't even I think when I was here I didn't know that. So I figured out when I could like attack. Finally killed one, and then like found out there were more, and I was like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Uh, and then I got to name Vort.
A Vort of the Boreal Valley. Yeah.
And I was like, this is the song. This is that one song. And then I first tried him, and I was like, wow,
Mhm.
how disappointing.
First real boss of the game.
Second actually,
First
but
real boss of the game.
second boss. But also I'd like to brag. First, when I first got in the area, there was like an optional like crystal lizard guy. You can
Yeah.
killed him first try.
Nice.
Yeah, I just wanted to put that in there. Yeah, so you killed.
$1,000 of Elden Ring, by the way.
Yeah, I got him.
Much harder game.
So I kill Vort.
You're making
Oh,
faces.
oh, okay. Is this the part where the fucking guys come flying in and they pick
Yeah,
you
yeah.
up?
The little penis guys, they come in and they're like,
That is not. They're just like goblins. They come
like,
in. Yeah, and they pick you up and fly you away. And then I came across this guy. There was like a bunch of dead guys. They kind of look like the finger readers from Elden Ring, but
the guys with the stones on the back.
there was like a bunch of bunch of dead ones, and then one of them was like, "I'm alive," and then I talked to him, and he said he was supposed to die but didn't. And then he asked if he could serve me. I was like, "Sure." He never came up again. I don't know. Do you know anything about?
There's a quest line. He has a quest line.
Okay,
Yeah,
that
that
makes
you can
sense.
do. Yeah,
See,
I don't remember what it does. I don't remember what
Mhm.
most of the quest lines do.
You don't care.
Ah,
Fair.
that's my relax and like if I want to play a Souls game to relax, I play that one.
Not Elden Ring.
No,
My God.
because Dark Souls, you just play the game. Like I can get my weapon in like the first 30 minutes
Uh-huh.
and play the game. For Elden Ring, it's like I have to do a bunch of setup and then I can do what I want.
Yeah, maybe you should play more Bloodborne. You could have like a similar like linear experience. You know where the weapon is. Probably won't take
I
that
don't
long.
like that game.
Yeah. So I was doing the area. I came across like there was like some messages leading me along, like player messages, and there was like a guy walking, like a giant man with a cage on his back, and
Oh
there's
yeah.
a message and someone pointing is like friend, so or it was like um try back then friend or something. Uh, so I ran up behind him and pressed interact before he could do anything. I don't know if he would attack me or not, but got into his cage and he took me like a cave underground. And then, have you ever done this?
I've never seen this in my
Oh,
life.
okay, yeah.
What?
And so you get in his cage and there's a cutscene of him just walking away with you in it, and he takes you. Let me make sure I'm remembering correctly. Yeah. So it's like uh I guess cave, but there's no like exit or anything. Um, it's like a giant old place. You talk to a guy who's just like at the end of the room, and he's like, "You're not supposed to be here. This is like you don't want to be here."
Hmm.
And he's like, "This is only for like hollows like me or something." I was like, "Oh, okay, these are the hollow people." And then there was like an altar where you could like give something,
Oh yeah.
and
Okay.
it's the place you go to after you kill the true boss. You
Oh
like
really?
yeah, when you like get to second phase of that boss, it like falls
Oh
down into that
yeah.
area. Yeah, so
Oh
you can get there
wow.
with the cage guy.
What the
That's funny.
fuck? Wow.
Yeah. See, that's playing online helps me. I wouldn't have
That's
discovered
yeah.
it.
That's fair. I don't like getting invaded. That shit pisses me off.
I only got invaded like 4 times.
That's too much for me. I get invaded once and I'm like, oh yeah, that can happen.
Hmm,
Offline mode.
that's fair. Um, I did unplug my Ethernet one time when I got invaded because I was like, um, it was towards the end of the game,
Hmm.
but I was like had almost fully explored the place, and I was like, I just need like I just went down this side path where it would take me back through the area I just went through, and the guys had respawned. And I didn't want to do that, so I was just gonna go back to the bonfire with the item,
Hmm.
but I couldn't because someone had invaded me. So I just unplugged the Ethernet and then plugged it back in, and I was fine. Um,
Replugged.
yeah, I
Replugged
had
in an
to
offline game.
because the guy wasn't gonna find me anyway. I was like some weird offshoot path. Um, but anyway, yeah. So I got in there, saw that there was a bonfire there, but I like I don't know. I was like, I guess I'll come back here. I did. I fell through there, but left. What else? Um, oh, okay. So it's time for the first fit pick, right? So
Fit pit.
fit pick. That's what I called them. Um, so I these are in order.
Okay.
I hope. Hang on, let me make sure so there's no spoilers. Yeah, we're good. This is the first fit. So this is what I'm rocking on the first one,
You have
right?
the butcher's knife and the what are they called? The like
Um.
crazy lady said.
Oh, the yeah. Oh wait, I had it written down. Hang on. Um.
Christ.
What my
No,
disgusting.
you're fucking +0 flask.
Uh.
Jesus
uh
Christ, man.
yeah. So I had the evangelist robe, the butcher
Evangelist,
knife,
yeah.
the cleric hat, and the cleric trousers. I think I wasn't sure. Because I wrote down what I had on at the very end on my final fit check, where I was like, wait, I should probably. So I tried on all the shoes, and I was like, that matches the most, I think. But I was still running. So I found this knife, and I was going strength, and it had like A scaling the strength, and the weapon I was using was like C. So I was like, hell yeah, I'm using the knife. Not the moveset I really like, but it
Yeah.
worked. Um, so I had the shield preparing, had the knife. Uh,
Why okay, why do you have the ashen flask on your bar if you don't
oh,
have
cause
any
like
on there?
I'm not gonna like. There's nothing else I need to scroll to. So
You didn't equip anything else on the bottom?
not at this point,
Oh,
no.
okay.
But yeah, at this point, I didn't really need to use it, so I just kept it there. But yeah, that's the build. Let's hang on. See my health. Can you? Yeah, yeah. So that's where my health is at. I don't know what level I am because I wrote down the stats afterwards, but whatever. Oh God. Spoilers. Spoilers.
I can't see that far.
Okay,
You're
good.
fine.
Anyway, so there's the first fit. That's what I've been rocking, kind of. So I fight the curse rotted, uh, great wood guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I fall back into the pit. And I was like, oh yeah. Uh, so I go to the next area, and I kill the crystal sage. That's um, that guy kind of sucked.
He was fucking annoying. Yeah,
Yeah.
that boss fight is always like I try to every run. I'm like, all right, time to checklist and do all this shit. So I go, I try to beat the shit out of him, and then I'll get to I'll play too risky, riskily, whatever. How the fuck do I
Uh-huh.
say that? I'll play bad, and
Uh-huh.
then I'll get him really low. And then he'll fucking one shot me with
Oh my
like
God.
his like laser on the ground or something like that. It's like fucking Christ, I have to do this shit again. That's
Yeah.
so annoying.
Yeah. When he was like summoning like 8 guys at once, I was
Mm.
like, oh my God.
You literally have to sit behind the pillars and like, or what I do at least, sit behind the pillars, look around to see like where he is, and then I would go and I would smack the fake ones so I wouldn't get like mauled. Go ahead.
You know which one's real?
It's purple.
Didn't know. I just, I would. I don't think I hid. I just like I would like he would disappear, and then I would run around in circles, and then they would all pop up, and I'd start running around and killing them. Um, that's.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
wondering how
The
you'd
yeah the
tell.
clones have blue magic, and he has purple magic.
Oh, I was wondering because I kept looking like, oh, does he look different?
But
No.
you can tell because like when you first fight him before he summons the clones, he's purple, and then all of the clones, then all of them pop up, and then one of them is purple, but the rest are blue.
Okay. I didn't. No. I just like always casting sorcery. It's like purple and blue. Yeah, that's normal. Um, like guy's goofy hat. I didn't try it on or anything, but it looked kind of goofy. Uh, I'm sure it's massive.
Oh, it's huge. Yeah,
I um
I think it's also a Star Wars One reference.
okay,
So
of course. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
okay.
So um I got to like the next bonfire after like you kill him, you get the bonfire, go to the next area, get a bonfire, and there a guy is like, "Hey, touch this."
Oh
Touch
yeah.
my cloth, and I get tricked into it. You know, I do it, and I get teleported to the painted world of Ariandel.
Mm-hmm.
And I put probably DLC. So I just go back to where I was
Mm-hmm.
before. Um, and oh, we've gotten to Fair and Keep. Um, oh,
I
I
will
wrote.
preface this by saying this is my least favorite part of replaying the game every time. This section where you have to go through this area and then the area like then the other area.
I don't even. This was so bad that I don't even. Okay, so my initial notes were this might be the worst poison swamp I've been through in a FromSoft game. The poison is so deep that it forces you to heavy roll,
Mm-hmm.
and there's also the cursed lizards.
Yes.
Um, and then there's these that I initially thought foolishly were just one mini boss where it's a tree guy.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and I was like, oh, he like one shot me. That's a mini boss. And he like I can't really dodge his stuff because I'm heavy rolling in the swamp.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think I die doing like running to him maybe 10 times, and then I realize there's like I can get out of the heavy rolling stuff, and there's like kind of some land,
Mm-hmm.
so I can not be heavy rolling. I kill him in like 4 shots, and I'm like, uh oh. Uh,
Yeah.
and then I die some other way. He's back. I think I die like 10 more times doing this. Um, my mentality going through these is like I want to fully clear everything as much as I can and just fully explore the area as much as I can. I want to see as much as possible. Um, so I keep trying to kill him. Um, and then I discover there's these guys. I don't even remember who there's some little guys who stab you and shit. Um, but then past that, there's three trees all staring at each other, guarding an item. And the item was probably like shit or something,
I
like
think it was a
actual
prism
dung.
stone. I think it is like one of those stones that you put on the ground that lights up.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah. I saw it and I was like, "Oh, this is probably like a weapon or something. I gotta kill them." So I was in call with Ash. She can attest. I cannot tell you how many times I was like, this was the first point in the game where I was having to stop myself from slamming my desk. And I don't normally get this angry. I try not to. But holy shit, this
It's
part
really bad.
it's so
It's
bad.
uh, I
And it's poison. I don't know if I mentioned it's poison swamp,
yeah, it's a
but it's
poison.
poison.
You did mention it's poison.
I just want to read.
Yeah. This area fucking sucks. This area sucks. The other area is also really bad. It's my least favorite part about playing this game. It should not have been designed like this. It's fucking awful. There's also the like weird fucking dudes that like the enemy for this area is like weird, like I don't even know how to describe them. They're like weirdly like skinny like monster guys,
Yeah, yeah. Those are
and like they have like knives and stuff, but some of them don't have, they're like frenzy dudes. They don't have weapons and they're not wearing clothes or anything. And then they jump on top of you and grab you. And then if that doesn't one shot you, they're buffed. So they just beat the shit out of you faster.
Oh, I just
Yeah.
always died to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were the little guys I was talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
So, okay, those were my initial notes. I wrote um more on this. Okay. So the areas in Dark Souls 3 for the most part fucking suck. The worst part of the game, they put the stupidest shit in another part of the game. I don't know. I like it comes pretty goddamn close to Fair and Keep. Uh e- 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 the dungeon, Rithel
Oh,
dungeon.
Irithil Dungeon. Yeah.
Yeah. The guys who have the lamps.
Oh, yeah. That reduces your max health
Yeah.
down to like literally like one.
One.
Yeah.
Actually one. They put those guys. There's they. I swear, they were all like crying, laughing on the floor when they designed this. There is a part like kill a bunch of guys. You get through like a shit ton of the area, and then you go down, and there's like they're just walking around a column, and there's like 10 of them
Yes.
just
Yeah.
walking around,
Mhm.
and then they all drain your max health. Like they do it. It stacks, so it goes quicker. Um, and then all they have to do is like they like stab
Mhm.
forward or something, or there's like some move that it's bullshit that
Oh,
it.
the grab. The
Yeah.
grab. Yeah.
Oh my god, that took me forever to get past. And then I think there's like a giant somewhere. I don't even.
There's a giant in Cathedral of the Deep.
Okay, yeah. That place fucking sucks. Um, I complain about the shield guys. And then um. Okay, yeah. So Fair and Keep, I wrote, is the worst FromSoft area I've been through. Um, yeah. Uh, the area is also massive. Um, the 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 swamp being so deep that it like forces you to heavy roll and walk. You like fastest thing you can do is heavy roll.
Yeah. The least favorite part of the game. It sucks.
No,
This. Go ahead.
you go ahead. No, you go
I
ahead.
was gonna say this and Cathedral of the Deep make me. They're the only reason I haven't played this game like 15 times.
And you know what sucks even more about it is they have like the coolest base game boss
Oh yeah,
after
yeah,
the Abyss Watchers.
yes.
The like so you walk in and from what I remember, cutscene is they all just kind of like rise up, um, and then you just go and what?
Oh, so when you first enter
Oh
the
yeah,
room, it like one of them kills one of them,
yeah, that's
and
what
then you
happens.
fight the one that just got done fighting.
Yeah.
That's
And
what
then
happened.
while you're fighting, they like come back to life and they just start fighting each other.
Hmm.
And it doesn't do damage to their health, which I like. I don't think.
No, it does.
Oh, it does? I
Yeah.
don't like that.
So
I
so
didn't notice.
the way you cheese the fight is that so the second guy always aggroes on you. That spawns always aggroes on you. The third guy always attacks the other two.
Okay.
So you can run around in a circle, have the third guy spawn, then start fighting. When the guy that's helping you dies, you just kind of wait around for another guy to spawn and help you. That's how
Yeah.
you cheese the fight, but the fight's not hard.
Yeah, I was gonna say, to be honest, I don't know why you would ever do that.
Yeah,
'Cause,
no,
like,
the fight is very easy.
yeah.
Um, thing about Dark Souls 3 is you do a lot of damage and things don't have a lot of health.
Yeah, which makes me sad. I think a soul level 1 would be easy in this game too.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of like the numbers for you are so high.
Yeah.
Like in Elden Ring, it's like they're not like the numbers aren't very high. But you can just make them high.
You can make them high with
Yeah.
like consumables and stuff. Yeah.
And I think in this one it's just like they are high.
Yeah, they're high.
Yeah. So yeah, I wrote unfortunately like many Dark Souls 3 bosses, they're super easy and I first try them.
Mm-hmm.
But it was really cool. And at this point, let me check up with the live tweets here.
I mean the live tweet.
This is the live version and this is my afterthoughts that I wrote
Oh,
this
okay.
morning. So yeah, I kill them. I get embered, which is when you get like your health increase,
Yeah.
and then you can be invaded.
Yes.
I get invaded for the first time. And their name is Aku. And
Like
they're
from Samurai Jack?
I guess so. And they're running a poison dagger build. And I just kind of like fucked around with them, and then like killed them in 2 shots. And I was like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Being a little guy, being a little
He's
he's like a rat.
gremlin.
He's less health than like a rat. He's like a big rat
Yeah,
and he has like a little dagger.
yeah, poison rat man, Aku. But so now it's time for the second fit, which you might have been spoiled on.
I didn't see it actually.
Okay.
It was on your screen, but my vision is not good enough to see it.
Okay. So this is the second fit. So
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
running the curved. I found a curved greatsword,
Mhm.
which has the same move set as the magma warp greatsword, which is like my main weapon in Elden
Yeah.
Ring. And so I'm using that. I'm rocking the Abyss Watcher helmet, I think.
Yes.
And
Is that the Vanguard? Not Vanguard. The Wanderer, like Wanderer or like Vanguard or like Verdant.
or what?
Your clothes.
Oh, my clothes. Yeah, it's called the Fallen Knight.
Fallen Knight. That's what it is.
Yeah,
That's what I
um,
rock with most of the time.
Yeah, Undead Legion helm, Fallen Knight armor, worker gloves because I didn't have enough vitality. That's a separate stat from
Yes.
endurance in this game.
Yeah, it is.
Like equip load. And then the cleric trousers because I thought it looked good with it, and also I didn't have enough vitality. So that's my second fit. As you can see, I have 10 flasks.
10 flasks and +0.
Yeah, there's my health. So yeah, you happen to come in. I write in the notes when it happens. I think you saw where I was at in the game, maybe.
I don't remember.
Okay, that's good. So, right, second fit check. We're up to date.
Hold on. Did you ever find the gut sword that's in Fair and Keep?
Yeah,
You did,
I
okay.
like fully explored everything. I found it. I was like, oh, that's the gut sword, and
Mhm.
I just kept passively upgrading it.
Just in case.
Yeah, just in case, but I never used it. So I find next area I find Wolnir. Uh, I beat him second try. Actually, he's one of the 5 that I did not beat. Um, because I was fighting him, and he had like his arm go out, and it went backwards, and it drug me into the mist, and it killed
Oh
me.
yeah. So the last time I played the game, because I was doing a run right before it also influenced me to make you play it
Uh huh.
because like around the time we were recording and stuff, I was doing a run and that happened to me as well where like I was going and I was smacking the ring and then all of a sudden he like lunges forward or something and I just get sucked into the mist and die.
Yep. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, because the mist moves with him.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I was like, okay, cool. But then I beat him. Um. Oh yeah, I find Rosaria's finger covenant.
Mhm.
Um. She's like she has like a pet like insect slug.
So yeah, they're like weird slug men. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Typical Souls game thing. Um, what is she doing? Do you know the lore?
I don't know anything about her lore. I only know like the big things mostly,
Okay.
but she's the respect lady.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I discovered later on. Actually, I think I discovered, I joined her covenant, and then I went back later and was like, oh, that's where you respect.
Yeah.
Um,
So like larval tears, I don't remember what they're called, but they're called
it's like
like
bone or something. I don't
I
remember.
don't remember.
Some
It's
stuff.
some like weird item that you get.
Yeah.
There's only a certain amount in the base game,
Hmm.
and the only way to get more is by invading other people with her covenant, and then when you
Oh.
kill them, you get the covenant item.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I was wondering what, like, some of the I was reading the covenant things I had, and some of them were like, oh, this is like the blue ring in Elden Ring where you get summoned to help if someone
Hmm.
gets invaded. Others was like one of them was like your like insatiable appetite for murder. You'll like you can kill anybody when you get summoned or something.
Yeah.
Uh, but I just put hers on like towards the end of the game because I was like, I just wanna have one on, be cool. So that's what it does, I
Yeah.
guess. Um, so uh, oh, I get to the Deacons of the Deep. What a goofy fight, by the way. I
Yeah.
I almost died though, because they were like, it was like I think phase 2, and the Deacons of the Deep is like a bunch of like priests.
Deacons.
Yeah, deacons, yeah,
Yeah.
of the deep. Um, it's just a bunch of them.
they're, they're like priest guys. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're deacons.
uh-huh.
Hence the name.
Yeah. Um, but they're all just kind of like walking around, and they can like smack you. And second phase, there's like a main deacon guy.
Hmm.
I think maybe that's the whole fight. I don't
No,
really.
so the first phase is like there's like a little red, and you got to smack the red. Then the
Mhm.
red goes to a different guy, and then you
Yeah.
smack the red. And then halfway through, the
Uh,
big priest guy goes
mhm.
like, "Oh," and then he's surrounded by a bunch of dudes, and you
Yeah.
just smack the shit out of him.
Yeah. See, I was smacking him, and then deacons surrounded me, and they started going blah 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 blah, and
Yeah,
I was getting like stun locked, and I was freaking out. But then I like killed them, and it's all good.
I don't know if you noticed, but the big deacons they have noble presence, like the
Oh, the
thing from yeah the thing
uh,
that the Godskin noble does, and also like the incantation noble presence.
I never saw that.
Oh really? Like where
Yeah.
they like do like an AoE like move. Yeah, it's like the same thing.
Funny. Yeah, a lot of I realized how similar a lot of things
They
are.
just take I don't know if you noticed, but the hooded little gremlin guys,
Mhm.
they're just the gargoyles from Elden Ring. They have the same exact animations and movesets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense. Um, yeah, so I do that. There was like another NPC invasion, like an NPC invasion, not
Hmm.
um, and it's like really easy because with my sword I swing, and then I like wait like half a second because they'll roll, and I swing again, and then they don't roll, and I just swing them to. I just keep hitting them to death.
uh, what? Yeah, what I would do because I would use the Zweihander. I would
Uh-huh.
just go,
Wait, that's how it goes. It's like
But
this.
yeah, so the way it goes.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going like. Oh, 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 oh.
No. It's
That'd
like
be
big,
crazy.
like laborious swings, but you just keep doing this.
Okay.
In Elden Ring, they added like basically like combo. Like if you press R1 enough times, eventually it'll do like a final move that has
Yeah.
more end lag. But that's not a thing in the older games. So the R1 attack is just the R1 attack, and you can do it as long as you have stamina for it.
Um. Wow. Yeah. They're easy. So now it's time for the third fit pick. We're moving through these fit picks. I do change a bit. So um, here's number 3. So as you can see, I'm rocking the like Briar of Thorns. I don't know if you can see
Uh, yeah,
the Briar of Thorns helmet and gloves,
Mhm.
and I'm still rocking the Fallen Knight chest piece.
Yeah.
And now I've got the Fallen Knight leg pieces.
Mhm.
I've upgraded my vitality to fit all this, and now I've got the Abyss Watcher's weapon,
Mhm.
which has the giant sword. It's a great sword. I don't know. I actually don't know if it classifies as that.
I'm not sure. It's
It
either
has,
a
like, the
great sword
same-
or it's a long sword.
Okay, it has the same moves as Elden Ring Great.
Then
So,
it's probably just a great sword. But I think
Yeah.
it's a dex weapon.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But then you have a dagger in your offhand if you command the weapon, and you can parry with it. So it's like, oh, this is perfect.
I can't read it.
Well, it's so I can read it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were moving it away from like I
No.
cannot read what's on your screen.
No, no.
Okay.
So I've changed weapons, and to change weapons, I had to go back to the respect lady. So I was strength,
Mhm.
and I need dex.
Yeah.
Which was strange to me because it's like a great sword, but I guess it's like parry. I don't know. Um. um. So there was I don't write this, but I went to go do like a whole other area. I did like the dungeon, I think.
Earthel dungeon?
No, I
Yeah,
didn't.
you can't get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you can get there after Wolnir actually. But
Okay, well, next thing in my notes, I third try Pontiff.
mhm.
So at first, he was like, I was scared of him. I was dodging his moves, and I was like trying to parry but failing. And then, some reason, third time I was fighting him, I just like it clicked. I was like parry, do half his or do a third of his health bar,
Yeah.
and then I did that 2 more times. Died.
Yeah, that's the thing about that boss is like if you watch like a speedrunner like if you watch Aggie play it's like uh it really just he's like a parry bot. Like you
Yeah.
just you parry his stuff and you kill him and that's
Yeah,
it.
that's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a very difficult boss. I mean, he did take me 3 tries, so it was a little harder. Um, yeah, I see the comparisons to Ilana.
Yes.
Completely different boss.
He-
Like he
yes.
has 2 swords. Yeah. He has 2 swords that are 2 different like elements. Yeah. But besides that, and he kind of has like moves that kind of like string into each other a little bit. But
he has like the swipe move.
Yeah.
That Rolana has that. There's a lot of like moves that she has that are like his.
I think so. But I like Rolana's my favorite boss in Elden Ring, I think. And Pontiff is not my favorite boss.
But it's not
Yeah.
different
not-
game. You
It
know?
is, yeah.
And also like we're talking about Elden Ring, which is a harder game, and the Elden Ring DLC, which is like extremely hard.
And
It's
what I
it's
want.
they're different games. Even though they're Souls games, they're made by the same company. I don't think they have comparisons. They have similar things. They have like
Yeah.
the same weapons, like not same weapons, but like same elements and stuff. They have a lot of the same like design elements of them.
yeah.
But it's not fair to compare like difficulty because Pontiff is like the halfway point of the game, while Rolana is post game DLC, and the DLC
Yeah.
is extremely hard.
Yeah. But also I've heard how hard Dark Souls is. And
But it's not. But and
yeah,
I've told you that for a long time now.
yeah,
It's like these games are just like Elden Ring, as hard as you want them to be.
yeah,
Like sure you can choose the fucking random ass dagger you find and you're like, this is my weapon, and like that's gonna be a lot harder than like a strength weapon or like the
yeah.
twin, like what are they called? Sellsword blades or whatever, like a weapon that's just good.
Okay. Yeah, I think like I've said many a time. If I could change one thing, it would just be the difficulty. Like if I could have a mod that just turns up like their health or
So there is a mod called Cinders,
oh yeah.
which does move things around to make more sense. Like sometimes there are bonfires right next to each other,
Bro.
and then other times the bonfires are like really far away for like kind of no reason.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a lot of sense, but it makes everything make more sense, and then it makes the bosses harder. It
Okay.
does make the bosses harder, and
Maybe I should try that.
it's fun. It's fun. It is a different experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um yeah, so I do him um and oh yeah, this is where I find out about my L1 on the weapon. Have you seen it at all?
I only use the two-hander.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So on the Abyss Watchers, when you L1, you jump forward, stab the ground with your dagger, and then you do like a spin with the greatsword. And then if you do the L1 again, you like come from where you ended and you come back, but you don't jump forward this time. And then if you press it a third time, you like jump up off your dagger, do a spin, and then slam down.
What the fuck?
Yeah, which by the way, also if you do R1,
Oh, is it?
R1,
Hold on. Is it like Lion's Claw?
kind of,
Okay, that
kind of,
makes sense. So Abyss Watchers are modeled after Artorias from the first game.
who's modeled after gods. Okay, that
Ye-
makes sense.
Yeah. So Artorias goes to like fight like he goes to like conquer the abyss basically, and he gets um cursed and like uh taken over by the abyss basically. And then so the abyss watchers are like people that saw him and like they're like,
Oh,
oh, he was sick as fuck,
oh,
let's go do what he
that's
did.
cool.
And so they are like a people that, like a bunch of people that linked the first flame, so they're a
Oh,
lord of cinder, but they were cursed with like forever coming back to life and fighting each other.
uh,
That's why it's a long-winded way to make another um reference to Dark Souls 1.
okay. I do know he is like he has the guts move, does that,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
lion's claw.
Oh my fucking god.
Because yeah, I've seen people be like, I think I sent you the video where it was like Radon doing it, and then
Mhm.
it was just like a fade to that.
Mhm.
Um,
Fucking cry. It was so annoying. Like in Dark Souls
really?
1, it's so annoying. The rolling is completely different in that game.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
See,
Because the
yeah.
weights, the way weights work are different. In order to get medium roll, you have to be like l- heavy light load, but also like you don't have as much damage reduction because you're like light loaded, but you still don't have many. You have the same amount of iframes as you would if you're wearing medium armor in the other games. It's it's weird, but poise is also broken. Like if you have a bunch of poise, like nothing can stop you.
Okay.
You just can't roll.
And then another thing, Dark Souls 3 gives a lot of shields. Like, there's a
There's a
lot of
lot
shields.
of shields, yeah.
Like, where I felt like maybe I should be using them because, like, it feels like they want me to.
Some of them do have passives.
I'm gonna go I'm gonna pee myself. So some of them have passives.
Yeah, so some of them have passives. One that I used a lot in both 1 and 3 because again they're like the same fucking game. All the cats are right there. I don't know if
Okay.
uh but it's called the Grass Crest Shield. It if it's in your offhand, even if it's on your back, you get increased stamina regen.
Oh, that's nice.
So it's nice to just have on your back.
Okay. It is. It does take more vitality points to do
Mm-hmm.
that, but
Yeah.
um, yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. There was a okay. I found an illusionary wall, and you go through like this long hallway where it's like I was like really low. It was like surely there's gonna be like an enemy that pops out or something, but no. At the end of it, it was just a chest, and it had the reversal ring, and the reversal ring allows males to do female actions and females to do male actions. Which
Mm.
you have you ever seen this ring?
No.
Okay, I was like, what does that mean? Um, and the description was like Gwendolyn.
Oh, Gwendolyn. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Gwendolyn was raised as a girl.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I really got out of that. But
Um,
is it because he because he something?
I don't remember exactly, but Gwendolyn is the god. Gwendolyn is like a god. Gwendolyn
Okay.
is like the god of like Twilight or something, and then
Oh.
he was raised as a girl, and his mom is sister. Whether his mom or his sister is like the god of like the sun and stuff like that. So in the first game, um, you venture through Anne Orlando, and you get to like her chamber, um, and then she's like, it's so weird. She's such a weird piece of the game because like everything is kind of like gross and
His
nasty.
like mom.
I don't know if it's either his mom or his sister. I don't
Okay.
remember exactly, but she's like she's beautiful. She's like a 10-foot tall woman with giant breasts.
Okay.
She's like
All right.
they have jiggle physics.
Uh huh.
Like there's no reason for it to be in the game.
Uh huh.
And then I was playing Dark Souls 1 and Eric is like throw a bomb at her. I'm like, "What?" Like, "Oh, throw a bomb at her." So I chuck a bomb and she disappears, and then when before Anne Orlando like was sunny and stuff like that,
Oh
um
yeah.
it like she fades, like she disappears. Before it was sunny and now it is just dark. And apparently Gwendolyn was pretending, like put up this illusion of her. I think it was Guinevere. I don't remember what her name is, but put up this illusion of her, and like kept doing things as her, and like kept the sun up and stuff like that.
Okay.
So when you get rid of that, you get rid of the basically the sun of Anne Orlando, and then it unlocks the fighting Gwendolyn.
Okay. Similar thing happens in this game. Um, that's later on. So, you know, probably,
I probably know.
but you don't know right now.
I don't know what you're talking about specifically, but
Okay.
I probably know.
Okay. I kill Aldrich.
Oh,
Um,
do you know about Aldrich?
like a centipede.
So Aldrich is like a sludge. And in this, so Dark Souls 3 is an alternate universe from Dark Souls 1. So Dark Souls 1 is like your character, the Chosen Undead, goes and defeats Gwen and links the first flame. Dark Souls 3 is what if that didn't happen? So in Dark Souls 1, your character um kills Gwendolyn and stuff like that. But your character was never there to kill Gwendolyn, so um Pontiff feeds Aldrich Gwendolyn. So Aldrich eats Gwendolyn and like assimilates his body. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Well, crazy lore.
Yeah.
Um,
The
uh,
Lord's like just grosser than Elden Ring. It's just gross.
pretty gross. Like Godwin and Melania. Gross stuff.
But like we're talking about like Pontiff like taking over. The Pontiff takes over Anor Londo and like puts everyone in the shit basically. And it becomes like an evil tyrant, and he also like feeds a god to like this weird slime creature.
Kind of like Rykard,
Yeah, but Riker
but
did it of his own volition.
voluntarily. Yeah.
Yeah, but Pontiff was like, "Hey Aldrich, this guy,
He's gonna taste good.
yeah, go eat him. I don't care.
Okay. I didn't realize Pontiff was a bad guy.
He's fucking terrible."
Okay.
Yeah.
Um. So this is the part where I get to Irithel
Mm.
dungeon. We already talked about it. Oh, there are the weird like, goblin baby things.
Oh yeah, they're just like weird skin
Yeah.
creatures. Yeah.
Um, there's one part. Uh, this game has quite a few good moments like it, but you're running down a hallway, and one pokes its head out of the cell, and then stabs you.
Yeah.
And the like initial head poke freaked me out. I was like, oh my god. And then I had to run past that area a bunch of times.
So what? So how they get you in that area, or like that part specifically, is there is a gym lizard there, and
Yeah, yeah.
they drop upgrade materials. So you want to kill the gym lizards. So you're chasing a gym lizard, and then right as it gets to the door to go out, the weird creature guy just goes, "Ah," and
Yeah.
then stabs you.
Yeah. Um, they always try to do funky shit with the little bugs, the treasure
Mhm.
bugs. Um, oh yeah, they talked about Rithel. So, next arc, Yorm.
Yeah.
So, I talked to you about this a little bit, but holy shit. So, so when I walked in the arena, first off, there's a bunch of messages that say like sadness and friend. So I'm assuming he's like an NPC in one of the other games. Um,
No.
oh, is there some lore I missed?
Yeah. So do you know the Onion Man?
He I saw him once when he was like, "This elevator doesn't go up or whatever."
Yeah. So what happens is if you go up to where he's at, there's like a demon,
Rain in time.
Christ. And then
Wait, if you go what?
so there's like that elevator.
Yeah,
So did you go up
yeah, I
and
went
down?
both ways.
Okay, so you kill the demon that's there with him, and then if
At
you do
the
his
top,
quest line, yeah.
the giant.
Oh no, not no. Oh,
You
you wouldn't have
mean
seen this. So if you jump off halfway up to the giant, there's like a ledge you can jump on, and if you go out, Sigurd is like sitting there, and he's like, how do I kill this fucking demon guy? And then if you go, and it's a boss, it's an optional boss.
oh
If you go and you fight the demon, he's like, hey, you should have waited for me. And then he
oh
jumps down and he joins you. And then he has a whole quest line. He like something happens. He gets tricked by Patches. And like he gets stuck in the well outside of Cathedral. Um, and if you give him his armor back and stuff, like you have to go get the armor from Patches, and he sells it for so much
of
money.
course he's
Yeah,
patches.
you have to like you have to buy it from him, and you go give him the armor, and then you can, if you do his whole quest line, you'll find out that him and Yorm were like war buddies, and stuff like that, and then it came time for him to like Yorm to like become a Lord of Cinder, and he's like um the guy's name is Sigurd. So he's like, Sigurd, um, I'm gonna I'm gonna go. I have to go do this. I'm gonna become different, and like if I become different and like a piece of shit, use this weapon to kill me.
Oh,
And then so he gives him one of the weapons, and then he has one as well, I think. So there's one in the boss room, but also if you do Sigurd's whole quest line, he joins you in the fight, and both of you are using the weapon.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So I didn't do that.
It's kind
So
of complicated, yeah.
yeah. So uh I I run up to him, I swing, and I do 52 damage.
Mm-hmm.
So I assume that there's a gimmick and it's like I need to break his poise. So I like die, run back, um, and there's about to be a big thunder. That was a
Yeah,
big
probably.
lightning. Oh, tiny.
A little bit of been loud outside, but
Probably, yeah. So I run back. Um, I try again. I fight him for like no joke 10 minutes, solid 10 minutes. I break his poise once, where he just kind of like leans down a little
mm-hmm.
bit, but he immediately gets back up. So then I'm like, okay, that's not it. So then I mentioned this to you, and you're like, that's not right. You gotta be missing something. Um, you're like, you gotta, are you, what level is your weapon? What level are you? Um,
Yeah, okay. So I one of the first times I fought this boss, I didn't even use the weapon. I just smacked the shit out of him, and I was
you
doing
do
like
that much?
200 damage a swing.
What the fuck?
And I
How?
don't know
Maybe he's
why.
like weak to certain like, bludgeoning or something.
I was using just the two-hander. I was just using an ultra
Oh,
great sword. So I think I was much higher level than you were, or
maybe.
there was something that was going on because I wasn't using
Yeah,
the gimmick weapon.
yeah. So you were like, have you done all the areas? And I was like, one, I don't really want to go back. And it was a Rithal dungeon.
Oh, okay.
It was the second part of it. I don't remember what it's called. Um, but it was like, it was something. But I got to the second bonfire there and I was like, I'm leaving.
That's fair.
So I go back. Um, I guess I write about what I do to Yorm. Uh, no, sorry. I lied. So I go back, I fully explore the next place, get my weapon to +7,
Hmm.
um, and try him again. I do 102 damage. So I was like, this is doable. But then I decided it wasn't. I looked it up, found out there's a weapon. Because I did see there was an item that you can pick up,
Hmm.
but I usually just save that until like after the boss fight. Um, but like with Rykard, the weapon is like before him. So you pick it
Yes.
up. But like Yorm, it was right next to his throne
Yeah,
where he
where he
gets up.
spawns. Yes.
Yeah, so I was like, that's probably something I'll get afterwards. So it isn't not important. But it's the you need it.
Yeah.
You do like a big charge and then you go
It
smack.
is the same thing as the Serpent Hunter. It's
Yeah,
the exact same gimmick.
just same gimmick, but not like same moveset or
No,
anything. But
no, no. But it is
um,
like you have a weapon and then the weapon gets like additional range and is like
yeah,
really big and stuff like that.
yeah. Which I was kind of disappointed because I wanted Yorm to be an actual fight, not just a gimmick.
Could have been.
Could have been if I did what you
I
did.
don't know what I did. That was a long time ago.
Something crazy. Um,
But I was like, oh, do I need to use most of the time I'm with Eric, but I was like, oh, do I even need to use the gimmick weapon? He's like, no, you're doing enough damage.
okay.
Okay. He has like the same moveset as like a giant from Elden Ring.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, he has like the.
Yeah. Um, yeah, he could have been cool. Uh, so immediately after killing him, I trigger a cutscene. Uh, and I get transported to Lothric. And then a lady's like gibberish, and then uh, I'm fighting the dancer.
Hmm.
Of Boreal Valley, probably
Yeah.
is what her name. This is the hardest boss I've fought. I think the hardest boss in the game, including I just like the hardest boss in the game. I struggled so much on her. Um, it was to the point where when I'd get her kind of low, I would start like the adrenaline would
Oh
start
yeah.
pumping. Um, this is the first this is the first time it kind of started feeling like a dance.
Mm.
Just because I'd been fighting her for so long. Um, but she's cool. She kind of has like Pontiff's thing where she has like the two weapons.
Yeah.
I did read about it and she was gifted it by Pontiff, I think. Um, but uh, I don't know a whole lot to say. She just kind of uses like she walks around,
Yeah.
and you get like free hits on her, but then she can swing and like hit you while you're still recovering.
Yeah.
Um, but she was pretty fun. I got her really low, and I have a screenshot for you just so you can see. Um, oh yeah, yeah. Holy fuck, fuck this stupid kick input. Actually, bad design. This was the part where I was really feeling it. Because I would accidentally kick, and it would use my stamina,
Mm-hmm.
and he would do no damage, and then she would hit me, and I would die.
Yeah.
Um, so I got her a little low. If you look right there,
Oh yeah, she has a pixel of health.
she had a
Cool.
pixel of health, and I wanted to cry at this moment. I was, and it was also a thing where because it instantly teleported me after Yorm, uh, I had all his souls from him, so I kept having to run back and get them because I didn't want to lose them.
Oh, I
Like,
lost them. Yeah,
oh,
no, I lost them.
I
Yeah.
didn't. I had
Mhm.
when I beat her, I had those souls. Uh, and you can see I might be embered right there. I might have
You
been
are.
getting
Yeah, you are.
desperate.
Yeah.
So by the way, the only time I embered in this game was for like her, another boss, and then like every other time it was just to get to through the areas. Like
That's fair. It is also a full heal.
yeah, that's what I used it for
Okay.
in the boss fights. It was you can see I have no heals.
Yeah.
I would use it and my heals would run out and then I'd wait until they did like a big move and then I would use it and get a full heal and then die. But yeah, I was so distraught. But then I beat her. I was shaking so much. I put the controller down. I stopped for the night. But she was cool. She was fun.
So you can actually trigger that fight whenever you want.
See, because you asked me if there was a cutscene after some point, and I said no. And then this happened. I was like, oh, this is probably what he's talking
Yeah.
about.
So if you kill that lady, you can trigger the dancer boss fight
That,
whenever you want.
that is what the messages were saying. They were like, hit her
Yeah.
and stuff.
Which would have been
But
really funny if you triggered it at like level 10.
yeah. No, I think I was leveled for that when I
Yeah,
fought her.
yeah, probably. I can imagine you weren't, especially if you
Um,
had done all the areas.
I mean,
I see fucking right there.
oh, there's some. I don't even know
Some
where you see
expletives.
it, but um,
There a couple times.
yeah. So, uh, yeah, that would have been. So I guess I was just at the point where I was forced to fight her. Um,
I think it's
but
after your third Soul of Cinder.
yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
You
So I go through the
Sorry, you killed Pontiff, Aldrich, and
norm. Yeah. Um. So and Abyss
oh, not
Watchers.
Pontiff. Pontiff isn't one.
Yeah, no, but Abyss
It's
Watchers.
Aldrich, Abyss Watchers, Yorm. Yeah.
Um. Next area, like immediately after, they have the knights, but they're worse, and they have like healer guys with them.
Yeah, yeah, like cleric dudes.
Yeah, they buff them and then they heal them, and then like they just suck so much.
I hated.
And
I hated that area.
they are literally damage sponges.
Yep.
Um, and yeah, oh my god. And this is where the kick comes in again. I died so many times because of the kick here. Because I guess naturally I just press forward and R1 when I'm like really wanting to hit an attack. Like I'm like,
Mhm.
is I don't know if in Elden Ring that affects something
No,
or if
it
I've
does
just
not.
I've just picked up on doing that.
Yeah, well, it doesn't not. Well, it doesn't like prevent you from attacking.
Yeah,
So
it
it's
doesn't.
probably just some like muscle memory where it's like,
Yeah,
oh, I want to move forward and attack,
yeah,
but that is like an input in
yeah,
this game.
yeah. And fuck that. It got me killed so much.
I did have a problem with that when I was first playing the game, but as I played more and more and more, it became less and less of a problem.
Yeah. So I get outside
Hmm.
and I see the eclipse, which is literally just the Berserk eclipse. Like it looks, except for the line going down. That's like
Yeah.
that's different. Um, but I guess eclipses would look similar because eclipses can kind of only look one way. But whatever. Um,
The Berserk reference.
oh my, I mean it is, it is.
Yeah.
But the flying things in the sky were like kind of freaking me out because there's like I think it's like just dragons that are like skeletons potentially. I don't know. They're like flying in the
Oh,
sky.
are you talking about the butterflies?
I don't know, but they come in with a boss.
Oh,
Uh,
yes. So you know those guys with like the rocks in their back and like
oh yeah.
those. So they're like caterpillars. So
Oh no.
those guys
Oh no.
evolve basically like evolve into the butterfly dudes that like shoot
Oh.
things at you.
Oh. Wonder what that quest is then. Does he like you
Um,
see him turn into it?
I don't know specifically. Why are you looking at me? Um, I don't know specifically, but um, the hollow thing is an ending, I believe.
Okay, okay. Um so yeah, I do that. This section. There's there was two dragons now blowing fire on the bridge.
Oh yeah.
And then you drop down. You're supposed to drop down. And then below you there's a guy who's like, "Ah!" And then he turns into like he gets like he turns into the fucked up mutant and he
Yeah.
starts like doing shit and he can hit you with it.
Yeah.
And then further ahead there's like three archers like right ahead
Mm-hmm.
shooting at you and they have like I think they have the arrows where when it hits you or hits by you, you can't use items.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
then there's two like skeleton knight guys who like are damage sponges and they like two shot
Oh, the
you.
axe guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Fuck that area. And then right past them, there's two more like knight guys you can kill for no fucking reason. There was
There's
no
nothing there. Yeah.
no. Uh
There's like one of their friends' dead bodies right
yeah.
there,
And then
but
they get added to the pile.
mhm.
But then if you go to the right, down the stairs, there's my mortal fucking enemy in this game.
Really?
That guy might
The
have killed me as much as Fair and Keep.
That's so funny. The Irithel Knight.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah.
his name?
That's what they are, yeah.
Okay.
They're like the weird like guys on four legs
Yeah, they're
or
kind of like the Bloodhound Knight in Elden Ring. Not really the same moveset at all, but they have like ice attacks. Just fucked me up. But I finally like killed him, and there were three chests, and they were like crazy stuff, I think.
one of them is a weapon, I think.
Okay, didn't use it. Um,
That's me most of the game. It's like,
yeah,
oh cool, it's a weapon or a shield.
yeah.
It's like that's not part of the build.
Not
The build.
yeah, not my build. Um, so finally kill his fuck ass self. Um, and then I get to the next boss, who's the Dragon Slayer armor, and
Oh
then
yeah.
he's the one who has like the the guys
Yeah,
flying.
the
They start
butterflies,
shooting.
yeah.
Kill him.
I thought that boss was really cool.
That was cool. Um, yeah. In the next area, there's like the bookshelves, and then there's like the hands are like ooh. And at first, I was like, these guys do nothing. Fuck, these guys are so goofy. And then there was like an area where I had to run through them,
Mhm.
and then I saw my curse meter going up.
Yeah.
Uh, and I understood.
Did you put your head in wax?
Yeah, why do you do that?
That stops you from getting like cursed like that.
Oh, okay. I just kept doing it because I thought it was funny, but I
You know,
see.
there's a function where like if you weren't doing that, you would like instantly die from curse.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That probably saved me, and I didn't even realize. Um. So, oh, yeah, and then I come across the shortcut, and I put motherfucking mile-long shortcut for final boss question mark because I was like fully convinced this is gonna be the final
Oh.
boss. So, get to him. He's Lothric and his like brother.
Yeah, Lorien.
Yeah, which is the second phase, literally just Mikola and Radahn.
Yeah.
Like Lothric gets on his brother and he's like holding him like this.
Mhm.
And then the gimmick is like they share a health bar in the second phase, and if you kill his brother, well, they kind of share a health bar, but if you kill his brother, um, no, they have two separate health bars. But if you kill his brother and not Lothric, Lothric reses him
Yeah.
and then get back on it. So you have to kill Lothric and then him.
Yeah.
And I timed it to where I killed them both at the same
Mhm.
time, so I felt cool.
That is my Twin Princes is what people qualify. That's my favorite fight in the game. I think
Oh,
it's really
okay.
cool. All of the like whenever they start TPing, like just
The TP and like boom.
yeah, they're like because like he'll TP behind you and go shoosh. It just it wasn't even like hard. I think it only took me like 2 tries, I think. But just like the way it felt to like instinctively dodge even though he wasn't on my screen, just like I knew that he TP'd somewhere and I had to like dodge and
Mhm.
I don't know. It was just like it just always feels good because half the time I'm dodging, I don't even see him, but I don't need to because like I have the instincts of like, oh, he's TP'd somewhere behind me. He's gonna do a move like soon. I'll dodge. You know, it just feels really good.
Felt cool as hell.
Yes.
Um, yeah, I beat him. Uh, and oh yeah, and then so at this point, I was messaging Eric about the game, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, "Hey, go here, do something." So then I found Orseus or Soros, the guy with the Moonlight
Yes.
Greatsword.
Yes.
He had some like crazy lines. I don't know what the fuck he was yapping about,
So
but
so he has an invisible baby he's protecting.
where are you supposed to know that's there?
He's like holding it like this.
Oh, what's the baby?
I don't remember, but
Okay,
he's like pregnant or something. It's
okay,
super. He wants to become a dragon, and like it's it's super weird. I don't know. And he has
okay.
like an invisible baby, and like um, I think like the first phase he's like, oh no, not my baby, or like
Yeah,
like the child or whatever, and
yeah.
then I don't know what I think he eats it or something.
Oh my
I
god.
don't know exactly what happens, but then he gets like, "Rah!" That boss is incredibly easy.
Yeah, pretty easy. I beat him first try, I think. But then after that, you go to the uh the like secret shadow place of the beginning place.
Yeah.
And it's like different. And then there's a powered up version of the first boss
Yes.
who was cool, but I beat in the first try again. Um, I don't even remember much that's changed. He's super aggressive, actually.
He's way faster. Yeah, and he
Yeah.
has like different attacks. He has like a shoulder attack that's like
Mm.
he can do like a move and then cancel it into like the shoulder attack, and
Oh,
it's really fast. Yeah,
oh.
and
Eric.
depending on how you dodge the move before, you can't dodge the shoulder.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Didn't affect me much. Um,
Game's not hard. The
no.
game's not very hard.
So I went to the Fire Linker shrine. Uh, and it was pretty empty except for I found um there's like the hidden wall, rolled into that, and then found it was the it was the eyes of Fire Linker, a Firekeeper. And I was like, what the fuck? And it was like something something past Firekeeper. I don't really remember, but something crazy. And then there was like the merchant lady was there as well, and she was talking about some whack shit. And she sold me the key to the tower, so I bought that. It was like 10K, but
You can buy that from her at any time.
oh, I
Well,
guess
I
I
think it's you have to get a certain ash, and then you
oh
can buy it from her.
oh you don't have to go to the shadow place.
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's
Like
disappointing.
in the game.
I thought it was like an in-game thing.
You know.
Anyway, so I go back, go to the tower, go to the top. I find the soul of the fire linker. And then on the way back, I finally meet Patches.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, didn't like sorry to kill you, and he's like, he's gonna like loot your corpse and then like sell your stuff or something. And there was like clearly a way to jump down. I was like, oh, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But then there was an item on the other side. So I went for that instead and died. Um, and then I went for it again and died. But then I was like, fuck it. I'm never gonna know what this item is. What is it?
I don't
Oh,
remember. It's
okay.
something important.
So I good because I didn't get it.
You could also go to the very top of the shrine. Did you do that? Like there's a way to go up to the top.
Yeah, it's where you get the soul.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Um. So, uh. So, I talked to the firekeeper and I gave her the eyes. And she says she sees visions of a world of darkness. And she asks if this is what I truly wish for, and I'm like, yeah. And then the music changes, and I'm like, this sounds bad. It's like emotional music, and did I just start the bad ending? Um, and then I give her the soul, and it's she can like remove a dark curse or something, which I found out what that was, but then I forgot, but it never came up for me. Um, so moving on, I gave her that.
Oh
You've never seen this? Oh
no.
my god. Okay, okay.
I've
This is
only ever gotten one in. Again, this game is my relaxed game. I just play through the game.
oh, this is
Oh, I don't
great.
know
This is
anything
great.
about any of the endings.
Okay, okay. So, do that. There's like emotional music. It seems like a big moment, right? Then she doesn't say much. Oh, I come back later and she's like, um, if your heart's unsure about your decision, you can kill me. And I'll come back, but I will have forgotten your wish or something
Hmm.
like that.
Interesting.
Um, so that if you want to back out of this ending, you can just kill her. Um, so oh yeah, there's um then Eric told me how to get to the place that you were
Yeah.
like, I want you to do the thing. So I fight the Wyvern Dragon,
Yes.
who's actually a cool gimmick fight. Is you're like, so you go up to him, you if you swing at him, you do like no damage. Uh, and you like climb. You
Oh yeah.
if you look to like I past him, there's like scaffolding you can go up. This guy's like attacking you the whole way up. He's like shooting shit at you. You finally make it to the top and you jump down and like stab his head. He's like flicking around and it one shots him. That was pretty cool.
So there is a cheese for that. So as long as you get a jump attack, you kill him. So there's a way to like if you just run up and then like jump a certain way and attack, you will instantly kill it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's really storming
Yeah,
outside.
it is.
Uh, let me get a tough rain. Um,
Good. Maybe it'll be cooler tomorrow.
yeah. Um, and then so like past him, I beat him. There's like a mini boss dragon who comes up. Uh, and I do like no damage. And he does like half my health bar when he hits me. But he has two moves. And so I just sat there and killed him. I don't even remember what I got, but it was really fucking boring. Um yeah, he would stomp and then he would fly up and breathe fire, and that was his two moves. Um but then I finally did everything, came back to the bell that I saw, rung it, and then I fought the boss,
Mhm.
Nameless King. Too easy. Simply just I wish he was harder. Like so his first phase is so cool. He's like riding on a dragon
Yeah.
and he's like hits you, I think. Yeah. Uh but I beat him so fast. I didn't really get to see much. Then second phase, he's just a guy with like a sword,
Yeah,
basically.
like he's like a spear.
He has like the Serpent Slayer spear.
Yeah,
Um, but I don't know. I just killed him.
dude, that's people's favorite boss in the game.
He's not mine.
That's fair. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
You
I was always having trouble with them. I don't like the first phase. Like the way the camera works is so
that's
fucking
fair.
annoying. It's like you'll be locked onto him and then he'll go "Duh!" He'll go straight in the air and go "Buh!"
Yeah.
And then I always got hit by that and uh,
Um. Yeah. I prefer the first phase to the second because to me he kind of just turns into a generic guy with a weapon
that's
at the
mostly
second
what the
phase.
game is. Yeah, it's just like dudes in armor that are kind
Yeah.
of trying to kick the shit out of you.
Yeah. So I thought his first phase was like cool and different, but he was all right. So after this, I accidentally stumble upon the second DLC. Because you kill him. Um, wow. Uh, yeah, you kill him, and at some point you get transported to this place. And then there's like this there's the bonfire in front of you, and then there's like a bonfire behind you that's like travel to drag heap, and you can take it, and it takes you to the second DLC, but it kind of looks the same as where you were. So I
Yeah.
thought it was the same thing, just like a different area. So I started going through it, and I got to the second bonfire before I was like, this is DLC, I think. So I left, went back to what I was doing, and got to the final boss.
Hmm.
And the song was cool. The concept was cool. It was Lords of Cinder is what it was, or Soul of
Soul
Cinder.
of Cinder. Yeah, that's what it is.
And he's like you, but he's like bigger. He's scarier.
Yeah.
Um, and he has like a bunch of different weapons, but he basically uses any weapons that you could.
Yeah,
He
it's
does like
cool because it's
magic.
like it's every way of playing the game,
Yeah,
right? It's like he's a magic form, he's a lance form. There's a curved sword, there's a a great sword.
yeah.
It's cool. I think it's
It's
really cool.
it's pretty cool. I like the song too. Of course. Um, and after I beat him, I think I beat him like second try. Oh, no, sorry, first try.
Hmm. Not a hard
Um,
boss.
no.
His second phase is just Gwen, who's the final boss. Who's the final boss of Dark Souls?
Okay.
Exact same.
That's so funny. Uh, yeah, his second he uses like fire and stuff and
Lightning and yeah,
yeah. But I read the like lore on his soul afterwards. And it was basically he's a manifestation of like the previous fire linkers. So that's cool. Uh, so after I beat him, I had the option to link the flames or summon the firekeeper. And so summoning the firekeeper, I assumed was for my ending. So I did. I summoned her. I took a moment because I was like, this sounds bad. This sounds like a bad idea, but I did it. Um, so she comes, um, and she comes up to the bonfire, I think, and she is speaking stuff. But the world slowly gets darker. And essentially she just plunges the world into darkness, eternal darkness, or not maybe not eternal. Um, so she plunges into darkness and says, "One day the flames will rise again."
mm.
And then the final line she says before the game ends is, um, I even write it. No, she's like, um, what is it? What do they call you? Oh, she's like Ashen One. Can you still hear me?
Hmm.
And then the game ends. Um, so essentially, what you did is stop the fire linking.
Mm.
Um,
So you put out the fire.
yeah, you're like, fuck
So
this.
you stop the cycle.
Yeah, yeah, put an end to it. Um, yeah, it seemed pretty emotional. Like the music was going crazy, but yeah, I didn't understand at the time. Um, but afterwards, I watched a video that was uh Dark Souls 3 is thinking of ending it. by Jacob Geller, and like talks about how you just kind of keep doing the same thing in the Souls games where you link the fire,
Mm-hmm.
and this one from Soft in the world is tired, and
Yeah.
it's like you can this ending is like ending it.
Yeah.
But you just link the flame usually
Yeah,
at your
yeah. It's
ending?
just like the default ending. It's like
Okay,
putting back America's head. Yeah. It's
okay,
like the same. It's like becoming Elden Lord. Yeah,
yeah.
it's the same shit.
That's crazy that you didn't know of the other things.
I don't know anything about it because
Okay,
again, this game is purely like I boot it up and then I fight the bosses and I'm
I
like, yeah.
would have thought that you would like go watch the lore videos or something.
I've watched lore videos, just not about like the endings.
Okay,
I'm just like I know like Aldrich and stuff like that and like how it is connected to like Dark Souls 1 and stuff like that, but I don't
yeah,
know much about like the ending or anything like that.
okay, yeah. So um, I beat the game. Uh, let it sit for the day, and then I was like, I'm gonna play the DLC. So I assumed you probably figured I did. It's
Well, I
about
saw
playtime.
the boss.
Oh yeah, you saw the final boss of the first DLC.
Hmm.
Um, so uh, first note about it is there's no footprints in the snow when you walk, and I was very disappointed. That's like the first thing I look for when there's snow. Um, and then I'm going through it. There's a talking baby bird man that asks me to burn this world. So I'm like, sure, whatever, man. So I can I continue on. Um, oh yeah, and sir, there's an NPC who just like is like gonna kill you. And his name is Sir Wilhelm. Wilhelm. And his voice actor is crazy. It kind of just sounds like he smoked like a pack of cigarettes every day. I don't know. Play Diablo 4.
Hmm.
You know the witch,
Yeah,
the dad.
so long.
Okay, he has like a really deep, uh, a grainy voice. It sounds like that. I thought it was him, but no, it's not. Uh, yeah, and then in this area, there's like the shortcuts where you kick down trees. I thought that was like,
How about that?
oh, so like the snow area. There's like two different times you
Oh
do it.
yes, never mind. I know what you're
Okay,
talking about. I thought you were like just full of trees, but yeah, no, there's like trees that are fucked up.
yeah, they're fucked up. That's the coolest shortcut I've seen in a FromSoft game so far. Is kicking down a tree to like cross a gap in a mountain.
Hmm.
Um, and I want to show you. I want to bring up the fourth fit pick now. I think this is important. So, here we are. We've got the same weapon.
Is it the Black Knight?
It
That
is. I can confirm for you. It is the Ferris's hat, which you get from Farron Keep
mm-hmm.
from the fucking trees. Um, the Black Knight armor, Drang gauntlets, and then Black Knight leggings. And it was just the Drang gauntlets because it kind of fit, and I didn't want to level my vitality for anything else.
That's fair.
But yeah. So, by the way, I forgot to mention, I was right before Lothric when you came to me and was like, you were like, Blake, why do you have +0 flasks?
Mm-hmm.
So the entire time until Lothric, it just took 3 chugs to fill my health bar up.
Mm-hmm.
But not at this point. Now I have a +7.
So the max is +10.
Oh,
You
okay.
you found all the Estus shards.
Yeah,
13 is the max.
yeah.
Missed 2 bone shards.
Yeah, I got to 8.
Okay. Did you have a +10 weapon?
Mhm.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I did. Um,
So a fun thing that you do is if you get because you get a Titanite slab from where Nameless King is, and then you
yeah.
get one from base game and one in one of the DLCs. You get one for beating the final boss of the first DLC. Um, if you go up to where do you know when you did the tree skip when I showed you how to do that?
Reskip.
When you
Oh,
you
yeah,
went
yeah.
up and you so there's a nest up there. If you put the Titanite slab on the nest, it'll give you a coiled sword, and it's like an
Oh,
infinite homeward bone.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, it's pretty cool. Uh, neat little trick if I ever played again. Um, so I got to the final boss. There's only one boss fight in this DLC. Um,
There's two.
is there a secret one that I didn't see?
Um, so there's like a dude, and I don't know if it's like a officially a boss fight. I think it has a boss health bar, but it's like if you go down like an area where you like jump down like branches and stuff. No, there's two actually. There's two if you go to certain areas and you like jump down
Okay.
these like branches. There's one where it's a giant wolf and like there's a human. And then another one is maybe it's not a boss fight, but it's like a NPC invasion. I don't remember exactly. It's been a while. But
Okay. I guess I completely missed them. There's only one boss fight for me. Which is Sister Freed.
yeah.
Um, she this boss fight I struggled on as well. Because there are three phases.
Yeah.
With three different health bars.
Yes.
Which is first time that there's been a second health bar fight in the game, I think. Maybe Lothric had it?
Well,
No, because you got
no,
him
because
halfway.
you get him halfway, and then
It like
lot
refills
yeah,
it.
yeah, Lothric comes and he's like,
Yeah. I think this is the first time. And then there's three of them. Uh, she's pretty fun. I At first she has like this move where she like dashes away and goes invisible.
yeah,
And I would just kind of run around and then sometimes dodge it and then sometimes get hit and like that much health be left.
yeah,
But then I was like, what if I just run at her? And if you run at her, she becomes visible and you can just hit
yeah,
her. Um, and it was the same like thing as Melania where my sword would stagger her, not like poise break, but it would like stagger her out of most stuff. And then like she would dash away or something. So I just kept hitting her.
yeah.
She'd dash away. Uh, Second phase, her during the first phase, there's like this guy with like this bowl. He's a
Bowl,
big
yeah,
guy. Um, and second phase, you kill her, and then he looks over and he's like devastated.
yeah.
And I felt so bad. I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't want to do that. Like we could have been friends if you didn't attack me. And then he like starts screaming and sets the place on fire and the bowl's on fire. She comes back to life and he's like there's there I think it's a shared health bar.
No,
Um
no, it is his
it's
shared
shared,
health.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's shared.
Um and she's like uh she's like arranged, she's like throwing ice at you stuff. And then he's like dragging himself across the arena with the bowl. And then he can like pour lava down. But then you kill them, and then he's like, "Oh, live ember, never burn." And then she comes back to life,
Yeah,
and
has
she's
Black Flame for
yeah,
some
she has black
reason.
flame.
Yeah,
And I killed her. It took like 10 attempts at least, like around there. So that was pretty. That was like the hardest one since Dancer. But there weren't that many since Dancer, I guess.
only
Um,
there's not many bosses. In the
yeah, I think Dancer is the hardest boss in the game, like including DLC for
Really?
me. Uh, and then this one was the second hardest,
Hmm.
I think. Um, so I kill her, nothing really happens, and then I'm like, okay, and then I go to the second DLC. Uh, Hang
Or
on,
readjusts.
I fucked up my mic. So there's these angels in the second DLC. I don't know if you remember them. Um, but they fly above and they go, "Ah," and then they shoot shit at you.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's all they do. And then there's like, I think a poison swamp,
Yes.
kind of. You
There's a poison swamp.
Yeah, and then there's like little guys in there that attack you, and then you're like hiding from the angel guys, and you can go up, and then there's like an NPC that you can fight, and then luckily the angel stops shooting you, and then you kill the NPC, and then you discover that's not where you're supposed to go. That's just like extra shit. And then I had to look up a walkthrough because I
Oh,
didn't know where
really?
to go. But you're supposed to drop off a cliff onto the tree branch.
Yes. Yeah.
And I didn't. I wasn't gonna run over there to the little hut. So I did that. Um, I rant about more of the area. And then I find the duo demon fight.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty scary, but I second try them.
Which, so when you kill one of them, like, the other one transforms. Which one did you kill first?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know what.
So there's
Does it
one of
change?
them. Yes, yes. So depending on which one you kill first, the other one transforms into like the big
Yeah.
one. The easy one is if you kill the one that's. I think it's if you killed the one that's injured first.
They have the same health.
But one of them is like
limping?
yeah, limping and like his
Okay.
he's visibly like
Okay.
shaken or something like that. He looks a lot different than the other. If you kill one of them, the other one transforms into like a guy, and his thing is like he shoots a laser beam. But the laser beam is easy to avoid. It's not bad. The other one transforms into when he transforms in the second phase. It's like he just rains meteors from the sky, and they're hard to dodge.
I got the meteor guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I saw that, and I was like, I don't even know how the fuck I'm supposed to dodge that.
Yeah, I had to ember for this fight. So I was like, I died the first time, and I was like, I'm not doing it. There's two of them. I'm embering. So
That duo fight, I think, is done well.
I think so. Yeah, compared to like Godskin duo, like the worst duo fight ever,
Yeah.
probably.
Also, Frida and Ariandel duo fight, that phase, I think that's also done well.
I think it's done well. It's annoying, but it's done well.
Yeah, but it's like if we're talking about like Godskin Noble, and if we're comparing it to like
Yeah, the
Godskin
bad
duo,
ones.
yeah.
Yeah.
So dual fights used to be good, and then they decided, hey, what if we made these two bosses who are completely different and have completely different movesets? We
And
put
then-
them in the same room because they have the same name.
And then they attack whenever. Like they don't really
They
care.
have no consideration for each other, and because they're two different bosses at the
And then they input you, read you when you heal.
because the game has to be hard, right?
Yeah. So I beat them. I get to Ring City, like kind of the outskirts. And I died here a couple times. First time I got invaded because I was embered. And a guy ran up, triggered the area, which is a giant troll, goes like, "Whoa," and then like 50 archers come up and shoot. And so I got to see what that was before I was supposed to. And the guy's like running down. I'm like on a staircase watching him just run by the archers because they don't
So,
target.
so he doesn't know where you are, and he
Yeah.
thinks you're further in the area. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So he's doing the area, and you're
Yeah.
just watching him.
Yeah. But then he figured out where I was, and he killed me. And then so I got to go through it again. And this area fucking sucks so much. It's like he summons the archers. They will kill you if they can hit you.
Yeah.
Like,
Like you get
okay.
sunlocked.
Yeah. Like one arrow doesn't kill you, but like if you get hit and more hit you, you're dead. So I wrote a little something.
little something?
I said, why do they make the areas one of the most frustrating to go through? It genuinely isn't even fun. And then I got through it and I wrote, okay, I got through it and it's actually fine. It wasn't actually fine, but I was raging more than
Than
I
you
felt
normally
deserved.
would.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Um, so the ring city I thought looked cool. It was like bronze, like goldish, and it was like overgrown green. I thought that looked really cool. Um, so there's a cool new enemy. The Eclipse Knight is what I gave them the name of.
Yeah.
They have like the eclipse on them. Uh, but then later on, I started hating them because they did some fucked up shit with them. Because of course they would. Um. Oh yeah, and then he has like a face too. I mean, he has a face too
Yeah.
where like um. Oh, he just used fire. Okay, yeah.
I
Um.
think he has a fire shield.
Yeah, he has that too. There's different ones.
Oh, okay.
Um. And then after that, I wrote, no, actually, fuck these areas. Dark Souls 3 is the worst game. Uh, and then I was lost in my own fit of anger is what I wrote. Um, you can see the patterns here of dying a bunch. I say this is the worst fucking thing ever, and then I'm like, well, actually, it's not. I get through it. Um, which I hope is normal, pretty standard. I
Yeah.
hope.
I
Okay.
think that's pretty standard for most Souls games.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm not.
I'm sure if you were to like document like your first experience with like the other games, wouldn't too dissimilar.
Yeah. Well, okay, in Elden Ring, it was mainly okay, first of all, Elden Ring areas are not as bullshit. Um,
Yeah.
but
Because
also
there's more. They're always more open.
yeah.
Because like even if an area is bullshit, you can leave and go back. That's not an option here. You have to go through it in
Yeah.
order to progress.
And also in Elden Ring, my mentality was different. I was like, okay, I want to go into these hard games. I want to just have the full hard experience so I can feel validated. Uh, and people online can't tell me I didn't actually beat the game. I did it. I don't
Dude,
know. Um, but and then in Dark Souls 3, it's just like it's not that. It's like I'm not trying to just experience the hardness of the game. I don't know.
you're just trying to beat it.
I'm trying to beat it. I also want to see everything, but sometimes seeing everything includes some bullshit. Um, so oh yeah, there and then this next I get to a door and there's a guy who tells me like 3 times. He's like, "Don't open that fucking door. Don't you open the fucking door." And then so I do open the door and it's a troll guy. But then he vanishes, I think if I remember correctly, and he summons like an NPC guy to fight me.
Oh, Half-Life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um
So if you're in online mode,
I was.
I think I think he spawns another player.
Oh.
Yeah.
The player was shit.
Yeah. What was your build?
What was my build?
No, it was their build. Cause
Their
like
build?
the one that they summon if you're in offline mode is like a mage guy.
Okay, it was not a mage. It was like a guy with a sword. I wrote I think that was the easiest boss fight I've ever done. He was the spear of the church. So I kill him. Um, and then right after there's like a staircase and it's like a princess or like queen holding an egg
Yeah.
and I just touch it and then the similar thing to like like Dark Souls 1.
Dark Souls 1, yeah.
It just like and like the entire I think the illusion's gone. The entire city's like covered in what was an Elden Ring ash, but it might just be sand in this one.
It's Ash.
Probably it
So
probably
so
makes sense if
I
it's ash.
think what happens is you get sent forward in time because when you come back like the lady is like decrepit and dead.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
and
So
then
it gets you get like thrusted forward into time.
interesting.
Mhm.
And then there's a guy also when you know everything's covered in ash, and then there's a guy like a mile away crawling towards you, and I think he was in the cutscene. I don't remember. Uh, but he was saying some shit. I don't remember. But this is I went and left and like got a drink or something. And came back and I was like, he's closer than before. So I sat there the whole time and waited for him to get to the princess, just for him to like get right there, and then he like he just
Oh,
dies.
I didn't even. You can kill him and you get an item.
Yeah, I got an item from
Okay.
him. But he just dies if he gets too close. So
He's like, save me, princess, whatever.
oh yeah, I think that's how I knew she was a princess, or it probably said touch princess or something. Uh, he died. I walk forward, and Slave Knight Gale, the
Hmm.
guy I'd seen so much about, not a whole lot, just like what he looks like and stuff. And he's like, hand it over, that thing, your dark soul.
Yeah.
And then he was hard. He was pretty hard.
How many
Um,
tries did it take you?
I don't know. I stopped
Oh,
counting.
really?
Um,
It took me 3 tries on my first, on like my first time fighting.
I'm not like that. I'm not. It took me quite a few. Um, so his second phase, he like starts attacking with his cape, which I thought was so cool.
Yeah.
In the first phase, he's just doing his sword, and then
Yes.
second phase, he like does like a follow attack up attack with his cape.
He also has like ranged attack.
Yeah,
Too.
he does
Yeah,
that too.
like little daggers, something.
Yeah. But the first phase and some of the second phase was the first time Dark Souls 3, final boss, by the way, that I could fight where it actually felt like a dance. Um, because I fought him for long enough
Mhm.
where it could. And like Dancer it kind of did, but something about Slave Knight Gale was just like felt better. Uh but um yeah, I beat him. He's my favorite boss in the game. Um and I just put 99% sure that's all of Dark Souls 3 complete. It wasn't.
No.
I told Eric uh that um I was like, I told him my complaints that too easy. He's like, have you fought? Has Austin told you about Madeir yet? And so he told me how to get there. And he said it's like one of his favorite bosses. I actually hate that guy, that boss.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because he is just a damage sponge and does a bunch of damage.
Were you attacking his head?
No, see that was my problem.
Yes.
So I was fighting him like an Elden Ring dragon.
Yeah, you can't do
where
that.
where I'd run back to his like tail, just attack him, and it'd do like no damage, but it was doing enough. So I'd do that, and I would just die, and then I would die to like getting one shot or something. I was like, this is the worst boss. It's such a elaborate run back because it's on an elevator, and you have to jump off midway. And usually when I do shortcuts, I'll send the elevator back up so I don't have to wait.
Yeah.
Can't do that really because what you'd have to do is go down and then go back up. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna go down and then jump off.
That's
And
what I
then
would do. I would go down and then go.
yeah, it's probably smarter. It'd probably save you some trouble.
Save some time. Yeah.
Yeah. So, uh, about like eighth attempt, ninth attempt, I messaged Eric and I was like, I'm sorry, but this might be the worst time I've had in this game. Um, and uh, and then I asked him what he liked about it, and he said it's the only boss or one of the only bosses he can do no hit while high. Or I forgot what the phrase he used, but I was like, okay, that's fair. But then I started attacking Madeir's head and did a bit more damage, and I beat him like second try on that.
That yeah.
Second or first try, I don't remember. But at the end, I was like panicking because I'd spent so long fighting him. But then I broke his stance and I went up in the riposte and I was fuck yeah. Um, so then I messaged Eric and I was like, I'm sorry, he's actually not that bad. But he does still suck and might be one of my least favorite bosses that I fought. Probably wouldn't have been if I didn't do the Elden Ring style of fighting him.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But that was all of Dark Souls 3, right?
I don't think you missed an optional boss or anything. Yeah, I think that was
I
it.
there's one achievement that I didn't get that was kill the old Demon King.
Oh yeah, that's
But
not that.
okay, probably didn't
Like
miss much.
before Wolnir, you can smack the bridge down, and then you can use it as a ladder to go down, and there's a whole area there. And then there's a if you literally go down and to the left, there's like a boss there.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I avoided the the bridges that I could in this game. There were two of them because when the first that one had a message from the game, not from people, that said this bridge is like old and wearing down. And I was like, that's gonna fall, and I'm just gonna die or something. So there was like an optional just side path you could easily go, and I was like, I just went there. That makes sense. I missed that. Um, so my final fit pick here, if you want to see, I think this is where I really went all out. There's two of them here. Because it went that hard. So this is the back, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can
The
see
dancer
the
set.
dancer. It's the dancer's headset, right?
Okay.
Um,
Is that Artorias' armor?
no.
Not.
So and this is the front, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm using, for audio listeners. Wow, we have not described these fit checks very well. I look sick as fuck. But
This is no longer a podcast and is just a video experience.
that is what Ash was saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you just missed the fit checks if you're listening on audio, but
Sorry.
hang on, you got to see the legs
We'll
part.
put
really,
we'll put the pictures in the description
we will.
with the timestamp. So you're
Um,
fine.
So those are the legs,
Mhm.
everything. And this is what I had on. I had the very great sword, which I'd used the whole game. Dancer's crown, Black Knight armor, Drang gauntlets. They stayed around,
Rangok.
and then Lorien's leggings, which is Lothric's brother.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, it was pretty fire. I kind of cooked there. That was it. Also, I have a stats picture if you want to see my stats at the end. I don't know if you're curious. So that's that. I have 30 vigor. I'll
Is
just
it
say
is it a quality weapon? Baron Greatsword.
Quality.
Quality is both strength and dex.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
okay.
It was like uh it was B dex and C strength. But my strength and dex are equal because I kept like checking, and it would level my damage by like 3 if I leveled my strength and not my dex. My dex would level it by 1. So I was like, I'm just gonna
well,
keep on
you
strength.
you probably hit this soft cap.
Yeah.
So generally they don't like. There's no reason to go past 40.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like you hit the cap basically.
Yeah.
You could have just put those 10 points into more health. And
I could have,
but
but I really did not need
Yeah, it
that.
doesn't matter that much.
Like there's a certain point in these games where I'm like, I don't want more health because I that makes it too easy in my eyes. But for the audio listeners, level 112, only the important stats. I had vigor 30, endurance 37, vitality 20, strength and dex 45.
Those are the only relevant stats. Yeah.
Yeah, the others are like I didn't level
They're
those.
way higher level than I was when I beat the game. When I beat all the bosses. Yeah.
I didn't like farm or anything, so
I also didn't. Again, I go straight through the game. I
Okay.
don't like do the areas or anything like that.
yeah, I did. I killed everything in the areas at least once, and then I used some of the souls to like get more
Mhm.
souls.
That's fair.
That was it. That was the Dark Souls 3. Any thoughts, questions?
No, I think we answered all my questions. Went through everything.
Are you happy that I got a different ending than you?
I'm happy you played the game.
Okay. All right. No thoughts on the ending?
I think it's interesting. I think it's
Okay.
interesting that like there is an option to be like, hey, this whole repeat the cycle thing that we've been doing this whole time. No,
Yeah,
Stop now.
I think I like that. I didn't even see the other endings, specifically the fire, like where you link the fire.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like the concept of that more. You're just like, it's done. Uh, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool game, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, put like 40 something hours in it. So that's our first demands done. Um, I guess we should also rate this game.
Yeah, yeah. Do you want to go first?
You go first because I ranked Armored Core first.
I like this.
Uh-huh.
Um,
You like it more than Disco. Then you put Disco at 95.
did put it Disco at 95. It's hard because like the games are very different. I played this game a lot. This is a comfort game for me. I just go through and I get the bosses, and it feels good to. One of those things where it's like I've played it enough to where I can just go through it and like I don't have to like worry about it, and it just feels good to beat the bosses. It's like I know all of them. So um 93.
Okay. Okay. I'm thinking 89.
I knew you were gonna do the 80s. Yeah,
I
that's fair. That's understandable. I get
yeah.
it.
I have a lot more. I don't know. There's a lot of complaints I have with the game, which I need to go play the Cinders mod because
Cinders does a really good job. It
Okay.
makes the game harder. There's also something called Dark Souls Arch Thrones, which is it like it basically mashes all of the Souls games together.
funny.
And like
Like the good bits, right? Like
yeah,
the
yeah, like the cool stuff. Like it'll take bosses from the other games.
Mhm.
There's a boss that is it's Godfrey, and second phase is also rated Tree Spirit.
Oh fuck.
Yeah,
Okay.
and stuff like that. There's like Crucible Knight boss.
Okay.
It's a duo fight Crucible Knight boss.
Okay.
And it just has like a lot of really cool things like from other games as areas from the other Dark Souls games. It redesigns areas. It made Cathedral of the Deep like a Bloodborne area. Like it has the snake guys from Bloodborne.
God. Okay.
Yeah. Uh, it's really cool. If you want more, because it's Dark Souls 3.
Mhm.
The gameplay is Dark Souls 3, but the areas and stuff are completely different.
Okay. Well, that's what 91 average.
91.
Well, that's both games done.
Yeah, yeah.
All we have left are
He's
what
right
awaits
here.
us. What awaits us right there. Okay, it's time. You want to hand me yours?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna move the T.
Watch out. Well, I guess it's like in there, so.
Yeah. Okay. Open it up. I'm nervous.
Nervous?
Yeah. All right. Go ahead. Oh, I broke it.
It was already broken.
Okay. Oh, there are multiple things in here? Okay, just one.
Just one.
Okay, I already see.
Yeah.
You must venture across Mars to stop Olivia Pierce from opening the portal to hell. Wake up, clock in, and get ready to kills some fucking demons, bitch.
Ah, goddamn it.
In Doom. It's fucking Doom. Let's go.
Let's see the thing. It's only a
Shit.
couple. I guess you can see. There's only a couple things, but.
Oh. Oh. Oh my
I
god.
did have an additional thing. So,
Holy shit.
you
You should have put it on the thing. That's where you put it. But go ahead.
yeah, but I was thinking about that. I forgot. But I want you
Oh,
to
I
play
see,
it
I
on
see.
at least Hurt Me Plenty,
I see that.
which is the medium
yeah.
difficulty. Then I had an idea.
Yeah.
If you beat it on Nightmare mode, which is the second hardest difficulty in the game, it technically is the hardest difficulty because Ultra Nightmare is just that difficulty, but with permadeath.
Okay.
But if you beat it on Nightmare, I will take a punishment from that punishment jar over there.
Okay, so this is alluding to things that we have not shown, the things
we
that we
not-
have censored.
Oh shit! I
Um,
forgot about that.
Yeah. So there's this thing. Next episode, we might bust out the punishment jar. So if I take this, right?
Yes, this is
there
is
any-
a two-sided deal.
Okay.
If you take this deal and you
Mhm.
can't do it and you beat it out on lower difficulty, you will agree to take a punishment.
Okay. Deal.
I was going to dap you up, but I forgot that's not how.
That's not how deals are made. Okay, I'm playing on Nightmare. That's what I have to do.
Nightmare
And beat the game on
and
Nightmare.
beat the game on Nightmare.
Okay. I was looking for a challenge, I guess, with Dark Souls, and now here we are. I've never played a Doom game, so
So, the only problem with this is, I want you to like this game because I like this game. I think this is a lot more interesting. So
I think we're bringing in something new.
we're doing something new. So
Sitting over there. Ooh, okay.
you gotta start writing more punishments.
Yeah, we do. We have like 10 maybe in there.
Yeah, not a whole lot.
Okay, I'm gonna check the camera and move it. So, okay. Grab this.
Damn it.
Are you scared?
I
Like
am scared
was?
because this is gonna be like 20 hours of my life at least.
I want you to take this,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a request from you.
Oh no.
Turn that way.
Turn this.
Turn away. Turn away. Turn away from me. Don't look at me. Cover your eyes, actually. Hang on. Cover your eyes with this pillow.
Take my glasses.
Okay.
Why am I just
Because I couldn't think of any other way to do this, okay?
okay? Sort of fucking god.
Better be gonna ruin the moment if you.
It's over my face. I don't know.
What?
Fucking
Hang on,
jerk
hang
it
on, hang on,
off.
hang on, hang on. Okay. No, you stay like that.
Okay.
Okay. Move the glasses.
I won't be able to see.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Okay, so now, hang on. Lower the pillow.
Okay.
And then keep your eyes.
Keep my eyes closed.
Put your glasses back on. Okay. Hang on, hand that to me.
Why-
This is so stupid.
I don't know what's happening. Are my eyes supposed to be closed still?
So now,
I'll
you
beat the shit out of you.
don't look at me.
I'll beat the shit out
Just
of you.
read that.
Grab your nearest magical cat and make your most wondrous wish. Watch Puella Magi Madoka Magica. I only hope the wish was worth it. Just fucking over. What a fucking wig.
This moment is important. You're gonna watch Madoka. How does it look, by the way? I can't.
It's like shit.
Really? Okay. I thought it looked.
How much did you spend on that?
It's like $30.
So is this the thing that you said that Ash sent you?
No. This is different. I did this.
Oh.
This is my own thing.
But you said like, oh, there's a package. I was like, oh, what is it? It's like, oh, Ash sent me something.
Oh, it's our anniversary.
Oh, okay. But how'd you get this?
I bought it on Amazon.
Oh, okay. When did it come in? Like I don't.
You put the package over there. And you're
Oh,
like,
that's what it was. Okay, that makes sense. Like, oh, you have a package, and then I didn't ask about it because why would I do that? What are you gonna do with this fucking wig now?
Oh,
Don't say you're gonna wear it during the episode.
Well, that's what I was gonna say because I'm gonna wear it when we talk about Madoka. How about that? I had to do something.
Did you?
So anyway, here's the there it is. It says Madoka and there's landscape and
I hate that I took Japanese because this just says Madoka Magica. That's all that this says.
that's so funny.
Them.
Wow.
God damn it.
In ruins. We're in ruins right now. Oh my god.
Fuck. Really?
I'm like shaking from that. That was nerve-wracking. What? What are you what?
I put off watching this shit for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Now I have to fucking watch it.
What do you mean have to? Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
What were we gonna say? I'm
You
gonna
know
watch the
You're gonna
show.
watch the show. Well, unless you want to take double punishment.
No. Oh yeah, because you're gonna beat Nightmare
I'm
Mode.
gonna beat Nightmare. Have you beaten it?
No, I haven't.
I'm gonna beat it. This must be like incredibly hard. Like, all right. Well, wow. I'm like, that was intense for some reason.
Why was it intense?
I don't know, cause like, okay, so one of us is gonna be taking a punishment next time. So that just got revealed,
Yeah.
and I've been like freaking out since I got this, cause I got it. So at first I wanted to like put, like a bow on or something that she has, but then it was like she doesn't really have anything recognizable. So I got this, and then I got it, and I was like, how am I gonna put this on? And I kept trying to think like maybe when he like goes to do the briefcase, but no. So I just had you turn away, and here we are. and, uh, and now I'm gonna play Nightmare Mode of Doom. Wait, which one is it? Is it Doom 2016?
It's Doom 2016.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very specifically Doom 2016.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean that's episode 9. That's episode 9.
We counting the old ones? Legacy? The legacy.
Okay, if there's a legacy, this is episode 3.
Episode 3. Is this second one even coming out? That was kind of a shit show.
I mean, yeah, it's gonna come out. The mic's gonna be terrible. We're gonna be terrible.
Yeah.
As always, we're terrible people.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was it. That's it. That's